Live from the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota, it's Utah Grizzlies Hockey. As tonight's the opener of a three-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the final three games of the regular season as the Grizzlies are here in Rapid City for their final road trip of the year. The Grizzlies are coming off a 3-2 homestand to complete the home slate for the 2024-25 season. Utah went 3-2 on the five-game homestand. They did score 19 goals during the 5 games. The Grizzlies' power play was outstanding during the homestand as they went 8 for 22 on the man advantage. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, last Saturday, Tahoe ended up with a 7-0 victory as they scored early and often. 1 goal in the first, 3 in the second, and 3 in the third. So unfortunately, the Grizzlies ended the home slate on a losing note, but it was a successful homestand for the Grizzlies, a winning homestand as they ended up with 3-2 on the homestand. They ended the home slate with a record of 13-18, 4-1. Rapid City's got a lot to play for this weekend. There's no playoff implications for either team, but the Rush can clinch a winning record this season by winning 2 out of 3 games in the series as the Rush come in with a record of 30, 36, and 3, and the Grizzlies come in with a record of 23, 38, 6, and 2. Goaltending matchup tonight, Jake Barczewski will get the start for Utah. He leads the club with 14 victories on the season. He is in the top 3 in the league in saves, total saves that is. And going for the Rapid City Rush will be Nathan Torkia, who's making his 3rd pro appearance. Torkia is 0-1 on the season. Looks like a good Wednesday night crowd's filing into the Monument. Face-off will be at about 7:10. I guess it's going to be pushed back. Normally face-off is at 7:05 for the Monument, but it looks like they'll drop the puck somewhere around 7:10, which is the normal start time for home games at Maverick Center. Well, it should be a fun series, and unfortunately no playoff implications for either team, but we're going to see some good hockey here this week as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the 8th time this season. Utah is 3-4 against Rapid City, but the last time the Grizzlies were in this building, they got a 2-game sweep, and that was games 2 and 3 in the regular season. It was the first road trip for the Grizz as Reed Webster actually was the 2nd and 3rd road games for the Grizzlies. Utah started up the season on the road in Boise. It's been a long season, believe me. Grizzlies came away with a shootout victory in the opener of that series on October 25th here at the Monument. Reed Webster scored his first pro goal, and he also scored the shootout game winner. And then the Grizzlies came away with a 5-2 victory the following night. And then the Grizzlies headed back on a bus, and they won the home opener on November 1st against the Allen Americans. Interestingly enough, that was the longest winning streak for the Grizzlies this season. It was a 3-game winning streak. Utah's had several 2-game winning streaks, but nothing more than 3 for the 2024-25 season. Really, for Rapid City, a reason why they are playing for a winning record this week against the Grizzlies, the fact that they won 11 games in a row from February 5th through February 28th, including a 3-game sweep at Maverick Center against the Grizzlies on February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. When we come back, obviously tomorrow the all-league teams will be announced, the 1st and 2nd team all-ECHL. We'll talk about the candidacy for Derek Dashke, who's had an amazing year for the Grizzlies. We're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to the Monument. I'm Tyson Whiting, and I'm certainly thrilled to be on the road for the final 3 games of the Grizzlies 2024-25 season. Well, the Grizzlies played an interesting homestand, winning 2 out of 3 games against the Allen Americans On March 26th, they got a 6-5 victory as the Grizzlies got 2 goals and 2 assists from Keaton Mastrodonato, and Riley Connor scored his first pro goal 24 seconds into the game. On March 28th, Allen came away with a 5-2 victory. Grizzlies got goals from Luke Lemaster, who got his first pro goal, and Griffin Ness also found the back of the net. One of the crazier games you'll ever see was a 7-6 Utah shootout victory against the Allen Americans. Griffin Ness had 1 goal and 2 assists. He also scored in the shootout. Briley Wood scored the shootout game winner, and Jake Barcheski was busy that night. He saved 44 of 50, and he also saved 3 of 4 in the shootout as the Grizzlies secured 2 out of 3 games in that series. Last week, the Grizzlies split a 2-game set against the playoff-bound Tahoe Night Monsters. Grizzlies got a 4-3 victory last Friday on April 4th as Riley Connors had 2 goals and 1 assist to lead the Grizzlies, and Jake Barcheski saved 35 of 38. And obviously last Saturday on Fan Appreciation Night, it was the Tahoe Night Monsters putting on a show. Jordan Paperny had a 36-save shutout. He now has 4 shutouts on the season. One of the things the Grizzlies will be playing for is their first shutout of the season. Jake Barcheski's had a few close calls, but Grizzlies have yet to shut out an opponent this season. It's going to be an interesting series. Got kind of a partial sellout here tonight in the Monument. Rapid City's been a hot team as of late. They are 30, 36, and 3. It's going to be interesting to see as the Grizzlies are facing Nathan Torchia for the first time ever. Torchia just joined the pro ranks recently. He played in college at the University of Windsor for 4 seasons. This year at Windsor in 23 games, he had a record of 11, 11, and 1 with a .906 save percentage. Tomorrow, the all-league teams will be announced, the first and second team all-league. And I got to say, even though it's probably too late to kind of get a campaign started, I got to imagine Derek Dashke is warranted of one of those spots. You know, if you think about the year Derek Dashke's had, it's been amazing. He leads the Grizzlies in assists this season with 38. He also leads the club with 54 points. He's got 16 goals this year, which matches last season's 16 goals he scored with the Kalamazoo Wings. Dashke is currently 5th on the club with 16 goals. He leads all Grizzlies defensemen in shots on goals in many different statistical categories. And he's certainly been a monster on the power play. Dashke so far on the power play this season has 9 goals and 14 assists. The 23 power play points are ranked 3rd among league defensemen. And with as many categories as he's ranked in the top 4 or 5 among league D-men, there's no doubt that Derek Dashke should be either first team or second team all-league. And we'll find out tomorrow at noon. That's when the league's going to announce their all-league teams. And really, a side note, Rapid City's got an outstanding forward named Ryan Wagner, who's been in the AHL for 6.5 seasons. He did spend half a year with the Grizzlies back in the 2019-2020 season. Wagner should be on one of those teams after all. In 69 games, he has 28 goals and 46 assists. Well, the Grizzlies are hitting the ice. It's a dark Monument. Grizzlies are wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Rapid City's NHL affiliate is the Calgary Flames, and their jerseys are kind of Calgary Flames themed, even though the Rush have worn red for quite some time, even before being affiliated with the Flames. When we come back in 30 seconds, we will have the starting lineups for both teams. It's the Grizzlies and the Rush coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Let's go over the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 23, 38, 6-2 on the year. It's game 70 of 72. It's their 34th road game. Grizzlies are 10, 22, and 1 on the road this year. But if they pick up one victory here this week in Rapid City, they will surpass last season's total of road wins. Jake Barcheski starts in net. The University of Canisius and Michigan product is playing his 38th game of the season. He's got a record of 14, 14, 2-1. He has an even .900 save percentage and 3.57 goals against average. Vinny Duplessis, the backup. The starting defensive pairing, we talked about Derek Dashke and his candidacy for an all-league team. And Dashke is in the starting lineup along with Grant Gabriel. Gabriel out of The Ohio State University. Spent some time this season with the Toledo Walleye as well as the AHL's Cleveland Monsters. It's his third game in a Utah uniform and 24th game in this league this year. He's also appeared in 15 games, as we mentioned, with Cleveland. So Dashke and Gabriel, the starting defensive pairing. You also see Matt Arujo paired up with Cooper Jones, and Garrett Pike is paired up with Luke LeMaster. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies include the maestro, Keaton Mastrodonato. He has 18 goals and 19 assists in 50 games. Reed Lebster has led the Grizzlies in points since February 1st, and he's in the Grizzlies lineup. He has 19 goals and 25 assists this year. And Riley Connors is making his 11th appearance in a Grizzlies uniform. He has 3 goals and 3 assists in 10 games. So that's the starters for the Grizzlies. When we come back in 2 minutes, we will have the lineup for the Rapid City Rush. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
It's a great day for hockey as 2 standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush in the opener of a 3-game series. We mentioned the Grizzlies starting forwards. It's Mastrodonato, Connors, and Lebster from left to right. The other forwards for the Grizzlies, Adam Bergs is going to be lined up with Mick Messner and Griffin Ness. Luke Manning's going to be in there with Evan Friesen and Briley Wood. Wood's in the race for the team lead in goals. Currently leads Utah with 20 goals on the season. Lebster has 19 goals. Mastrodonato has 18. Dashke with 16. Unfortunately, Neil Shea will be out for the rest of the regular season, and his season ends with 19 goals in 36 games. We also see Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz out there. Grizzlies are going with 17 skaters as Aaron Aragon got a 1-game suspension. I think he speared Anthony Collins late in Saturday night's game. Aragon should be back in the Grizzlies lineup on Friday for the second of a 3-game set. So that's the lineup for the Utah Grizzlies, who are led by 4th-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. The assistant coach is Christian Horn, who's in his 2nd season with the club. The equipment manager is Jackson Hibbard, and the athletic trainer is Colin Lee. Assistant equipment manager is DJ McFarland. Now for the homestanding Rapid City Rush, who are an even 500 record this season. They're a 500 club with a record of 30, 36, and 3. They have 69 standings points in 69 games. At the Monument this season, the Rush have a record of 17, 11, 2, and 3. Nathan Torkey will get the start in net. He played at the University of Windsor the last 4 years. He is 5'10 and 180 pounds. This will be his 3rd appearance with the Rush. Matt Radomski is the backup. The starting defensive pairing is number 3, Mitchell Smith, who has 2 goals and 5 assists in 40 games. Chase Pauls in 58 games has 3 goals and 1 assist. Pauls and Smith are the starting defensive pairing. We also see Dalton Skelly paired up with Billy Constantino, and Holden Wall is in there with Artyom Borshov. Borshov, first time he's played against the Grizzlies. This will be his 13th game as a pro. Starting forwards for Rapid City, it's one of the better forward lines in the league. Blake Bennett has 26 goals in 34 games this year. He's a +2. He'll be in there with Ryan Wagner, who should be either first team or second team all-league. Wagner in 69 games has 28 goals and 46 assists. And Denny Gore will be in there as well. He has 22 goals and 31 assists in 66 games. So all three forwards getting the start for the Rush have 22 or more goals this season. We will see David Gagnon lined up with Chaz Smedsrud and Maurizio Coella. Luke Millimak will be in there with Parker Bowman and Jonathan Yansis. And Jackson Leopard, number 8, will be on the line with Braden Tuck and number 19, Jeffers. We're not sure if it's the same angle as you see on Flow Sports, but as we see it, the Grizzlies are going to be skating from right to left here in the first period. Rapid City from left to right. The two captains are at center ice, and they're certainly great team leaders. Mick Messner for the Grizzlies has appeared in every game this year. He has 16 goals and 24 assists, and he's been in every game for the Grizzlies for a couple seasons. For Mick Messner, I believe he played in all 72 games last year, as he had 15 goals and 23 assists last season. So it's a pretty similar point total. For Mick Messner, it is consecutive game number 147. He's in his second full season as a pro, 5'11", 193 pounds, 25 years old. He played his college hockey at Merrimack and the University of Wisconsin. Well, looks like the honored season ticket holders, everybody was out there at center ice and a rug out. And now it looks like we'll have some action as the start of the game. Normally it's at 7:05. As some kids yell, let's play hockey, you bet. Let's get it going here on a Wednesday night. Jake Barcheski will be net for the Grizzlies and Nathan Torchia for Rapid City. Referee tonight is David Lilly. The linesmen are Kyle Gaspari and Riley Hickey. The forward line that's getting the start for the Grizzlies, they were great in the last homestand. Lebster with Connors and Mastrodonato. Connors will take the opening draw against Denny Gore. Crowd still filing in here on a Wednesday night. Puck is dropped and we're underway. Grizzlies win the draw. Grant Gabriel will skate towards the Grizzlies bench. He'll dump it in. Connors in the area, and he'll slice it towards Lebster over in the near corner. Lebster gets pushed. Grizzlies skate from right to left as we see it. As the Rush will move it out to center ice. Now they'll back it out into their own zone for Mitchell Smith, number 3. As Smith down the middle of the ice, will move it to his left. Wagner dumps it in, but it just glanced off the stick. It stayed at neutral ice. Mastrodonato will ice it, and we get our first whistle 28 seconds into the game. Well, here's your pick to click. Who's going to get the job done for the Grizzlies this evening? I don't know. I got a feeling Matt Araujo is going to do some things. It's his first game against the Rush since he was traded in late February. Araujo has 2 goals for Utah this season. He's my pick to click. Who's your pick to click? Who's going to get the job done for the Grizzlies? And if you're a Rapid City Rush fan, who's going to get the job done for them? I think if the Rush come away with a victory, I think Denny Gore is going to do some things. He's got 22 goals this season. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Connors won it over Gore. Dashke will slide it towards his right at center ice right wing. Grizzlies will skate him. Mastrodonato fakes to Lebster. He tries to fire towards the net, and that's sticked away. Now centering pass towards Dashke, collects it and skates towards the right circle. Dashke dances around, a fire lefty shot, saved by Torchia, and he holds on. As the first shot of the game was Derek Dashke, 46 seconds in. Dashke leads all Grizzlies defensemen in shots on goal. In fact, he is second among league defensemen in shots on goal this season. He came into play with 181 shots. That ranks second on the club. Mick Messner leads the Grizzlies with 188 shots on goal. Grizzlies switch things up as Evan Friesen will take the draw. He's got Wood to his left and Manning to his right. Rapid City wins the face-off as Rush will dump it in. As Barcheski stays in net, Rapid City will skate around Barcheski's net towards the near side. Puck slides towards the near corner. Pike accepts it. He'll get to Lemaster down the middle of the ice. No fire it. Angle right off the boards. Manning steps over the line. Maurizio Coella shadowing him. Manning dancing around in his first full season as a pro. 14 goals, 20 assists this season. Right side, his lefty shot goes wide. Pike towards the left corner. He gets bounced to the boards. Evan Friesen left point. He'll fire it off the stick of Chaz Smedsrud as it goes out of play. 18:42 is left in the first. So Draw's going to be back in the Rush zone. Opener of a 3-game series. Grizzlies looking to find a way to end the 2024-25 season in style. Utah's 2-0 here at the Monument this season. They won in a shootout against Rapid City on October 25th, a 4-3 win. And then the Grizzlies got a 5-2 victory on October 26th. Rapid City gets the puck. They'll skate over the offensive line as Luke Millimock gets dragged down. No call, as it looked like Lemaster hit him. And then a second later, Millimock hit the ice. As Rush will bounce one in. Lemaster chases after it, and he'll get the puck behind Barczewski's net. Lemaster played at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Before that was a Wisconsin product. Left wing pass out to Armstrong. He'll skate over the offensive line, skates towards the near corner. Wallace shadowing him as Armstrong gets pushed towards the right corner. He is strong with the puck as he tries to hold on. Parker Bowman trying to yank it out. Dylan Fitz pushes Bowman in the side. Now the puck stays over there in the far corner. Now Rapid City comes out with it. Rush will slice a blue line to blue line pass that bounced off of Matt Arujo. Mick Messner gets the puck. Grizzlies make a change around him. Messner crosses center ice, splits a double team, skates towards the left circle, trying to fire on net and fanned on it. Holden Wall battles. Jackson Leopard in the area as well. Fans stomp their feet here at the Monument. Arujo gets up top, right side to Cooper Jones. He'll bounce one as Adam Berg lets it go. Griffin Ness gets the puck. He'll skate towards the right corner. Referee David Lilly jumps out of the way. Ness over to Messner as he gets pushed by Jackson Leopard. Puck goes to the right side. Griffin Ness, righty shot, and a blocker saved by Torquia. Puck behind Rapid City's net. Berg gets the puck, and he'll sprint out towards the near corner. He gets up top. Arujo, he'll fire towards the net, and it's blocked by Jack Jeffers, number 19. As Ness will slide one up top to Arujo. Arujo back to Ness just outside the left circle. Ness trying to fire a righty shot, and Leopard must have gotten a piece of it. Leopard's stick has been very active so far. Jeffers over in the right corner. We played 3 minutes, still no score. Grizzlies have the first two shots. No Rapid City players yet to fire away on Barczewski. Puck bounces at center ice. Dashke spins it towards Gabriel, who's 10 feet in front of Barczewski. Now back to Dashke near circle. He'll slice one towards his right for Gabriel, who guides to his left. Leps over the line, skates towards the left circle. Stops, throws it up top. Masha Donato with a righty shot, and that one's sticked away. And it flies, it stays in play as Connor skates along the end boards of Rapid City's zone. Puck slides towards the right side. Masha Donato runs it down. They'll throw it back to where Connors was. Connors delivers a big hit, knocking down a Rush player. Rapid City in a white jersey, dark numbers, a little bit of red mixed in. Rink-wide right wing feed towards Wagner off his stick. Puck towards the far corner as Blake Bennett trying to get one out in front towards Wagner. It's brushed away by the Grizzlies. Gabriel DeLebster, who collides with number 12, Chase Pauls, a 6'5", 222-pound defenseman. As Bennett fires towards the net, it's blocked by Dashke. Right side, as Pauls gets it to Wagner. Wagner skates towards the right circle. His shot is sticked away by Dashke. Bennett, 26 goals in 34 games, gets it to Gore. Left wing righty shot goes wide. Constantine, wearing number 68, he's killed the Grizzlies over the years. Right point, righty shot, saved by Barczewski about waist time. And Jake holds on as the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Still no score. Grizzlies have two shots. Rapid City's taken one. There's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there, including a lot of good hockey options. We appreciate everybody who chose the Grizzlies tonight in their battle against the Rapid City Rush. Don't forget, Friday and Saturday nights will also be 7:05 starts as well. Draw won by the Grizzlies, as it was won by Evan Friesen, the mustached one. Chaz Smedsrud took the draw for Rapid City. Grizzlies will sky it into the rush zone. Billy Constantine gets the puck. He wears number 68. He has 14 goals and 24 assists this season. Rush out to center ice. Pass goes tape to tape. Rapid City Smedsrud skates towards the right circle, trying to center it, and Lemaster will brush it away with his skate. Friesen will move it ahead to Briley Wood. Wood gets to center ice. He'll poke it to his right. Garrett Pike will take a lefty shot that goes wide. Might have gotten a stick at his Torquia, the Rapid City goaltender, first time he's faced against the Grizzlies. Windsor product. Up ahead to the right side, tape to Koala. He'll skate towards the left side. He'll take a lefty shot. And that stick towards Barczewski, who snatches it about shoulder high. He holds on. 15:01s left in the first. Grizzlies still have two shots, and I believe Rapid City might still have one. Kind of a close call as to, with it being a shoulder high save, puck might have gone high. Barczewski not gloved it. Faceoff's going to be over in the left circle. Riley Connors will take the draw. The forward line of Connors, Masher, Donato, and Lebster have seen quite a bit of action here in the first 5 minutes. Cooper Jones and Matt Arujo, the defensive pairing. Both guys former Rapid City players. Arujo, first 4 months this season. Cooper Jones was a member of the Rush last year. As puck goes deep into the Rush zone. as Torquia will fire towards the right far wing boards. Rapid City skating from left to right in the period. Luke Millimock will lay it to Cooper Jones in the area. Now Millimock has a glance off his stick. Craig Armstrong gets it, and he'll fire it from one blue line to the other. It slides into the Rush zone as the Rush will switch up forwards. Skating around the net is Artyom Borshov, his 13th game. He's a defenseman, 6'3", 210 pounds. As he stops behind his net, now he'll slide it towards the near side. Rapid City will lunge the puck off the near ball as Rougeau battles with a Rush skater. Dylan Fitz will break free. He'll get the puck to Connors. Connors over the line, left side, toe drag. Righty shot, saved by Torquay, and the puck flies out of play. 14-10s left in the first. Grizzlies up to 3 shots. Rapid City has 1 as we played about 6 minutes in this game. I wonder if we're going to see a few close games here to end the regular season. 17 of the last 30 games for the Grizzlies have been decided by 1 goal. As Luke Millimock, he's either injured or he's got an equipment problem as he will walk towards the locker room. So Millimock is off the ice. Rapid City is going to skate 1 short. Grizzlies are skating 1 short tonight. 17 skaters, 11 forwards, 6 defensemen as Aaron Aragon serving a 1-game suspension. Grizzlies have the puck in the right wing in the offensive zone. As Messner stops in the dime, the Grizzlies captain will skate towards the right circle. He muscles his way around a Rush skater. Now Messner on the left side, chips it back up top. Grizzlies dance around. Gabriel gets it towards Adam Berg, who skates towards the left circle. Berg shakes away Rapid City from the puck. He'll throw it towards the right side, but the Rush get it, and they'll clear it out to center. Bouncing puck is crowned by Grant Gabriel. He'll get it back to Dashke. Dashke over to Gabriel. He's in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Across to Dashke, who will lumber towards neutral, so push it to his right. Connors gets around 1 skater. Now he gets around a second. Right circle, righty shot. Saved by Torquia, but what a good move by Riley Connors, getting around a couple Rush skaters to create a scoring chance. Pike will move it to the right side. Grizzlies try to center it to a cutting dash. Gets picked off. Rapid City gets ahead to Gore. He's got a breakaway. Skates down the middle. He'll drop it to Wagner. Back to Gore. Shot and a score. Gore to Wagner. Back to Gore to the back of the net. And Denny Gore gives Rapid City a 1-0 lead with 13:06 left in the first. Boy, the Rush cut the Grizzlies defenseman a little bit more towards the Rush zone and the Rush goaltender. Rush got behind the Grizzlies defense. Danny Gore had a breakaway. Ryan Wagner joined the play. Gore to Wagner, back to Gore. And Gore finds the back of the net for the 23rd time this season. Ryan Wagner will get an assist. That will be his 47th of the year. So the Rush lead 1-0, time of goal, 6:54 into the first. Grizzlies get to Luke Lemaster at neutral ice. He gets around Bennett, skates down Broadway, stops in the high slot. He'll fire a righty shot that goes over Torquia's head and off the glass. Grizzlies get knocked down in the near corner. It's going to be a penalty. Luke Manning got tripped up. He gets back to his feet. And it looks like actually a cross check's going to be called. Looked like it could have been a trip, but either way, the Grizzlies will get a power play with 12:48 left in the first. Gore scored with Wagner and Blake Bennett getting the assist. Bennett now has 23 assists on the season. Danny Gore gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Grizzlies are on a power play when we come back. 12:48 left in the first period. It's Rapid City 1 and Utah 0. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
12 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first period. Rapid City leads 1-0 as Denny Gore got his 23rd of the year with Wagner and Bennett getting the assist. Time of goal, 6:54 in. Grizzlies are on a power play as Denny Gore got 2 minutes for cross-checking. 12:48 is the time remaining first period. Grizzlies were 8 for 22 on the power play during the 5-game homestand. Derek Dashke has the puck. He has 23 power play points across the Masher Donato just outside the right circle. He'll feed it to the right goal line, but it goes past Messner and ricochets off the wall. Mitchell Smith will slide it towards the near side, but not out, as Riley Connors battles with Parker Bowman. Bowman's played in every game for Rapid City this year. Grizzlies dance around to the near corner. Mick Messner will skate around Rapid City's net towards the far side. Grizzlies in black jerseys, white numbers, professional green trim. Mastrodonato up top to Dashke. They'll skate towards the middle of the ice. Stick a lefty shot. Saved by Torquia. And the whistle blows. Looked like Torquia had bobbled it for half a second. Grizzlies looking for a loose puck, but Torquia came up with it. 1:27's left in the power play and 12:14's left in the first. Good shift by the Grizzlies line. As looks like the same five will stay out there for the Grizzlies. Dashke, the lone defenseman, with Mastrodonato, Lebster, Messner, and Connors. Messner will take the draw as he communicates with Dashke. 2 solid seasons in this league for Derek Dashke. Had 16 goals with Kalamazoo last year, and he has 16 more this season. Dashke gets the puck. He gets across Mastrodonato back to Dashke. He'll move it to his left for Lebster. Lebster slices one across Mastrodonato up top to Dashke. He fakes a shot, gets to the maestro, right circle, who dances around with Wagner nearby. Mastrodonato over towards Messner off his stick. Rapid City gets the puck, and Dalton Skelly will helicopter it towards neutral ice where it's gloved and dropped by Dashke. Across to his right for Mastrodonato. He'll skate to the right circle. He drops to the middle of the ice. Lebster feeds to Messner down the middle of the ice. Lefty shot. Saved by Torquia. Boy, he holds on. Looked like Torquia bobbled it for a second, but he was able to corral it in the crease. And he stops play with 57 seconds left in the power play. But good play by the Grizzlies. Messner got the puck down the middle with a lot of momentum. He fired a lefty shot, and Torquia made a save. Messner has 6 power play goals on the season. That's 6 of the 16 goals that he has. Grizzlies switch things up during the whistle. Briley Wood is out there with Luke Manning and Griffin Ness. Manning takes the draw and he wins it. Pike is up top with Evan Friesen. As Grizzlies, Griffin Ness try to throw it to the middle of the ice. It's picked off by the Rush. Rapid City has a 3-on-2 if they want it. Rush will drop it off to the middle of the ice. Now back to the left wing. Back towards the middle as they were looking for Mitchell Smith. Maybe one pass too many. As Smith was down the middle of the ice and the pass connected, it would have been 2-0. Grizzlies get it up top. As Gabriel, he tried to hold the line, but he's offside. And Draw's going to come back to neutral ice with 35 seconds left in the power play. 11:22 left in the first. So Draw near the Rapid City bench with Chad Costello and Peter Dricos. Scott Burt is in town. He's probably in the building tonight. Scott Burt, the Rapid City head coach in his 4th season, battling health issues this year. He's done a great job organizing this unit, and Chad Costello and Peter Dricos done a good job in keeping things afloat. Good second half of the season for Rapid City. As Utah skates towards the right corner, they get it up top, and nobody was at the right point. Grizzlies will reset. Less than 10 seconds left in the power play out to neutral ice. Briley Wood crosses the center ice logo, and he steps over the line. He'll push to his left. Ness back to Wood. He's on the left side, tried to center it towards Wagner. Clears it off the far wing wall. Out of the penalty box, Denny Gore looking for a rink-wide feed angle right. He couldn't reach it. Boy, it was over lead for him, or Gore would have had his second breakaway of the first period. Ness over the line will bounce one off the skate of Constantino. As the Rush will slice one towards their right. It's picked off by Fitz. Fitz enters from the left wing, stops in the point. Drops it for Arujo over the line. Arujo, 2 goals this season, both with the Grizzlies. He played 4 months for Rapid City. To start this year, he played a year and a half in the SPHL. As Rapid City with a rink-wide feed towards Gore. It's off his stick. Greg Armstrong over to Berg. Now Fitz gets the puck. He skates down the middle. He'll take a righty shot. It goes just wide. Oh, he missed the net stick side on Torquia. As Rapid City 2-on-4. Wagner over the line. He gets pushed by Arujo. Armstrong in the area, so is Fitz. Wagner danced around trying to get around Armstrong. As Fitz collected off of Wagner, puck miraculously ends up in the near corner. As a 2-on-2 battle, Adam Berg with a bear hug from behind on Parker Bowman. Fitz and Arujo look nearby. Puck slides towards Bennett, who's averaging about a goal a game this season, over to Constantino, right point. He'll move it to his left. As Smith fakes a shot. Now he takes a lefty shot, saved by Barcheski. Rebound towards the far goal line. Rapid City will skate towards the near wing wall. Bowman gets it off of Bennett's skate. Now the Rush feed it towards the right circle, and Dylan Fitz is wide open. Problem plays for the Grizzlies. Across to Berg. He's on the right side. He crosses center ice, and he'll spin the puck along the wall. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck and get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Fans take up a Let's Go Rush chant. Pike near the Grizzlies bench will bounce off the boards for Lebster. Back to Pike. A glance off of his stick. He'll retreat back deep in the Grizzlies zone as he will lunge it towards his left. As Lemaster will skate towards center ice, and he'll spear it in as Torquia will throw it to the right side, kept in by Connors. He'll take a righty shot, saved by Torquia, and he gloves it about shoulder high, and he holds on. 8:52 left in the first. Rapid City leads 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new Bean to Cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
8 minutes and 52 seconds. That's the time remaining first period. Utah's outshot Rapid City 7-3. But the Rush have a 1-0 lead as Denny Gore scored 6:54 in, with Ryan Wagner and Blake Bennett getting the assists. Draws in the Rush zone. Right side is Riley Connors. Took a righty shot from the right point before the timeout. And Nathan Torquia made a glove save. Torquia saved all 7 shots he has seen. Rapid City will dump it all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. Utah skating from right to left as we see it from the Monument. Don't have to see it on a laptop screen here this weekend. We're certainly thrilled about that. Masher Donato across around Utah's net towards the Master. Out to the middle of the ice for Connors. Across the center ice, he'll chip it to Lebster. Back to Connors. He dumps it in. Connors jumps around Holden Wall. Puck slides towards the right corner. Grizzlies try to center it to Lebster. It's picked off by the Rush. Rapid City 3-on-3 across center ice. Rapid City skates horizontally. Now down the middle of the ice. They skate in, but they're offside as the Rush skating horizontally. And that was number 28, Jonathan Yansis. And that kind of messed up the timing of the play. Once he entered, a Rush skater was already there. So draws going to be near the Grizzlies bench. Utah led by fourth-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich, who's in a navy blue suit jacket with a light blue shirt. Can't tell the color of the tie. It blends in pretty well with the shirt. Christian Horn wearing a navy blue suit jacket, kind of a similar style color to what Ryan Kanaswich has. Grizzlies out to center ice. Luke Manning dumps it in. Mitchell Smith chasing after it. Smith making his 41st appearance this season. As Manning, left circle, lefty shot goes wide. As Friesen spins it back around, make that Grant Gabriel number 28. I need to find a way to get new glasses. Over to Manning, down the middle of the ice. One-timer, stick saved by Torquia, and it flies out of play with 7:52 left in the first. Torquia saved each of the first 8 shots he has seen. Well, the Grizzlies got it down the middle of the ice for Luke Manning, and he's been about as hot as any Grizzly over the last couple months. Manning was outstanding in the month of March, where he had 4 goals and 7 assists. Luke Manning has a point in 10 of his last 15 games. He's off the ice. Masha Donato, Lebster, and Connors are out there. Rapid City wins the draw as Rush will bounce one towards the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. It's taken by Dashke over to Gabriel. Back to Dashke off his stick. Dashke will bounce one like a basketball towards Fitz and Armstrong as those two are on the ice with Masha Donato. Grizzlies are going with 11 forwards this evening. As Masha Donato gets the puck left wing. Now he skates on the middle. Veers off to the right. He's in the right circle. Take a righty shot that goes wide. As it gets redirected off the glass and goes out of play with 7:25 left in the first. There's an interesting battle for the team lead in goals. Briley Wood has 20 goals to lead the Grizzlies this season. Reed Lebster, who like Wood is in his first season as a pro, he's got 19 goals. Neil Shea will end the year with 19 in 36 games. He is out with an upper body injury. Keaton Mastrodonato has 18 goals, and Derek Dashke has 16 goals for the second straight season. So an interesting battle over the last 3 games to see who leads the club in goals. Last year, Brandon Cutler led the Grizzlies in goals. He had, somewhere like 36 or 37 on the year. One of the best offensive years a Grizzly player had ever had. Puck towards Neutrais. Now the Rush enter. Bowman chases after as the Rush dumping in. Cooper Jones. Jones wears number 43 as well as Bowman. As the puck slides towards the near side. Hustling after, it's Adam Bird, but Rapid City will get it in deep. Now the rush will roll it back to the right point for Constantino, who keeps it in. He'll fire a righty shot. That's blocked by Araujo. Puck slides towards the high slot. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Barcheski as he crouched down waist high to make the stop by Dalton Skelly, who has no goals in 20 games this season. So draw's going to be over in the far circle. Grizzlies have the forward line of Ness Messner and Adam Berg. Berg's been a blue-collar addition to the Grizzlies this season. He started the year over in Europe in the EIHL. It's his second year with the Grizzlies. He signed back up with Utah in mid-November, and it's his second solid season with the Grizzlies. Rapid City gets the puck. Leopard feeds up top as Skelly will spin it around the wall. Back towards the right wing as Parker Bowman will cycle it towards Tuck, who's in the right corner. Tuck gets battled with Cooper Jones. Tuck trying to drop it for Jackson Leopard. Puck slides towards the far circle. Gaining the loose puck is Griffin Ness. Over to Berg. He's crossed center ice, and he'll dump it in. As Grizzlies chase after it. Rapid City gets it, though, as Tuck will bounce one off a Grizzly skate. Rapid City hustles out to center ice, but it's taken away by Adam Berg. He'll skate into the right side, skate towards the circle, take a lefty shot. And Torquay made a save. 6:20 left in the first. Adam Berg got a pretty good look from the right wing. Boy, for a second, it looked like it went bar down, but it appeared Torquay was able to make the stop. 6:20 left in the first. Grizzlies have outshot the rush 9-4, but it's Rapid City that leads 1-0 as Denny Gore scored 6:54 in. Draw's going to be over in the far circle. We'll have some good crowds this weekend, kind of a lighter crowd here on this Wednesday night at the Monument. As a draw won by Rapid City, glances off a couple sticks, rush get it, and they'll carry it out to neutral ice. Bennett over the line as he's out there with Gore and Wagner. Grizzlies brush it away from him as Ray Lebster gets around one skater. Lebster tried to center it, glanced off a Rapid City stick, rush get the puck, and they'll race from left to right. Gore gets the center ice, tried to dump it in, but it was sticked away by the combination of Riley Connors and Garrett Pike. Rush now slided deep into Utah's zone as Lebster battles with a rush skater near Utah's bench. Puck goes back to the rush. Rush in a white jersey with dark numbers and red trim. As they'll cross center ice, Wagner with long hair will get it to Gore on the right wing. Gore will bounce one towards the net, and it's sticked away by Lemaster, who gets it behind Barcheski's net. Lemaster rolls along the far wing boards to Mastrodonato. He'll dump it in. Grizzlies get called for icing. 5:31 is the time remaining first period. And the draw is going to be towards Jake Barcheski, who's close to finishing up his first full season as a pro. Barcheski, 6'1", 180 pounds. This is his 38th appearance this year. He leads the Grizzlies with 14 wins. Barcheski's been a workhorse for Utah, as he is third among league goaltenders with 1,070 saves. In fact, that mark leads all rookie goaltenders. Draws towards the far circle, and it's won by the Rush. Down the middle of the ice, lefty shot, saved by Barcheski. Boy, Maurizio Coella had a pretty good look, but Barcheski made a big save. Now Coella battles as he and Lemaster will fight for positioning. As Lemaster gets it towards Mastrodonato, who skies it to center ice. Reed Lebster gets the puck. He fakes a shot. Grizzlies make a change around him. As Mastrodonato gets to Friesen, who skates around the net. Now he feathers one out in front. It's picked off by the Rush. Friesen still looking for his first pro goal, as he played with the Wenatchee Wild of the WHL, and he led the Wild in goals and points this season. Coella in the offensive zone skates towards the left point, as he'll drop it for Chase Pauls, the 6'5 defenseman. Pauls gets up top as high slot. Lefty shot by David Gagnon is blocked away. Puck slides towards the Rush zone. Pauls gets the loose puck. He skates around his own net. 4:40 on a moving clock. First period. Rink wide feed towards the middle of the ice is gone tape to tape. Rush skate towards left circle. Lefty shot. Save. Rebound shot is blocked away by either Wood or Dashke. Now centering pass. Lefty shot goes wide. Boy, it looked like David Gagnon had a good look for a sixth of the year, but just missed the net. Constantino right side dancing around with Manning shadowing him. Constantino will pedal towards the left wing. Now he skates towards the left circle. He'll take a backhand shot. Saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes towards Great Gabriel as he collides with Coella. Puck bounces like a basketball towards the right wing. Constantino throws it up top. High slot, lefty shot by Dalton Skelly, and that one's blocked away by Barcheski. Grizzlies spread the ice. Dashke in front of Barcheski. He'll spin it ahead to neutral ice. Manning gets tripped up. He already drew one penalty tonight. Couldn't buy a second one. He'll just dump it in from the Rapid City line. Grizzlies change up. 3:46 on a moving clock. First period. Rush lead 1-0. Rapid City will bounce one in. Araujo will chase after it. Rapid City closes the gap. Araujo throws it from one corner to the other. It goes up top. Constantino right side. His shot gets redirected. Fitz gets the puck. He'll skate around Barczewski's net towards the far side. As Fitz gets double-teamed, Cooper Jones joins the play. Now it's a 2-on-2 battle. Puck slides on the far wall. Armstrong throws it up but not out. Rush skate towards the high slot. Wall will bounce one towards the corner that was vacated. Bowman avoids a Fitz check. He centers it. Righty shot is blocked away by the skate of Matt Arujo. As the puck spins around, now to the near corner. As Rapid City, Jack Jeffers will skate towards the right point. Now he's in the high slot, pedaling towards his left. He'll drop it now back to Jeffers, who stops on a dime. He's now on the left point. He'll move towards his right. Jeffers now on the right wing, as he'll drop it for Coella, who skates towards the high slot. Rapid City now on the left wing, as Coella gets around Armstrong. Coella tried to drop it, but he'll keep it behind Utah's net. Now throw it up top, and it goes out to neutralize as Holden Wall, the 6-foot defenseman, couldn't keep it in the far point. Rush re-enter as Wall skates towards the right circle, surveys. He'll throw it up top, but skating the other way, passes behind Braden Tuck. Tuck will chase after it. Grizzlies make a line change. 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Rush lead 1-0. Utah has outshot Rapid City 9-4, but the Rush are taking the last 4 shots on goal. Chase Pauls will get around Messner. He's got good speed for a guy 6'5", 220. He'll skate towards the right circle. Righty shot is sticked away by Garrett Pike. Puck towards neutralize. Loose puck is taken by Mitchell Smith. They'll bounce one off of Paul's stick. Now Braden Tuck gets it. He'll skate down the middle of the ice, surrounded by 4 Grizzlies. And he'll slide one towards the far corner. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the period. As Messner left wings it towards Berg. Berg slides one to Messner down the middle of the ice. He'll skate in. He'll fake to his right. Skate towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot. And it's sticked away by Torquia. And it goes out of play with 1:48 left in the first. So draw is going to be in the rush zone. The Grizzlies are looking for a little bit of momentum heading into the first intermission locker room. Grizzlies have been a strong second period club this season. Incidentally, Rapid City's worst period for the year has been the second. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can find a way. In fact, if you think back to that October 26th game, a Saturday night here at the Monument, in fact, before tonight, that was the last time the Grizzlies had been here. It was the second period where the Grizzlies broke through. Rapid City gets the puck. They'll skate towards neutralize. Wagner over the line, and he is onside. He's trying to get it back towards Blake Bennett. Utah takes it away. Grant Gabriel skates around his net. He's a pretty good-sized guy at 6'2", 210 pounds, one of the stronger players in the Grizzlies. Over to Dashke, back to Gabriel. Right side, crosses center ice, and he'll dump it in as Rapid City will chase after it behind Torquia's net. Puck slides towards Ryan Wagner, the Rush captain, and he'll saucer it ahead. Denny Gore over the line right side. He'll drop it for Bennett. Back to Gore, who skates around Utah's net towards the far side. Fires out to Wagner. Lefty shot goes over the crossbar and fires off the glass. Now from the left wing, lefty shot goes wide. It ricochets off the side of the net. Connors down the middle of the ice. He'll push it towards his left from Asher Donato, who drops it for Dashke. He'll skate over the line, get to Connors. Back towards Dashke down the middle of the ice. It's sticked away. Asher Donato with the shot that's blocked. Now Connors down the middle of the ice. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Dashke back from one corner to the other. It bounced off the side of the net. Torquia will brush it towards the near corner. Webster gets it. He'll feed it up top to Arujo. Matt Arujo wearing number 27. He'll bounce one off the end boards. Asher Donato gets up top to Dashke. Half a minute left in the first period. Dashke fires lefty shot. Saved by Torquia, who slid towards his left, and he was able to corral at waist high. He holds on with 29.7 seconds left in the first. So Grizzlies are now taking the last 4 shots. It was 9-8 in the shot count at one point a couple minutes ago. Grizzlies responded strong over the last couple shifts. We mentioned the last time the Grizzlies were here, it was on October 26th. The Grizzlies scored 4 unanswered second period goals to take a 5-1 lead. And then the Grizzlies cruised to a 5-2 victory. That was October 26th, the last time the Grizzlies have been here. Utah's won both meetings against the Rush in this building. Utah's 3-4 against Rapid City this year. Puck slides towards Barczewski, who will curl it around his net. 18 seconds left. Can the Grizzlies get one final shot off? Arujo head to Friesen. He tried to left wing it towards Manning, but overled him. Puck goes back towards Friesen, who tries to get around 2 Rush skaters towards the near corner. Rapid City gets the puck, 6 seconds left. Rush will hustle out to neutralize. Grizzlies back defensively. 2 seconds left. Rush dump it in. And that will do it for 20 minutes here at the Monument. The only goal was scored by Denny Gore on a give and go with Ryan Wagner. Gore with his 23rd goal of the season. Wagner picked up his 47th assist, and Blake Bennett also picked up a helper. He now is 23 on the season. We'll skate 5-on-5 to start the second period. There was only one penalty in the first period, and it was Rapid City as Luke Manning drew a cross-checking minor. Grizzlies did not, if they got any shots during that power play, it might have been just one. As Utah's 0 for 1 on the power play this evening. They are 8 for 23 in their last 16 regulation periods on the power play. When we come back, we will go over some scores from around the world of sports and also recap the first period. After one, it's the Rapid City Rush 1 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
After one period here at the Monument, it's Rapid City 1, Utah nothing. Denny Gore got his 23rd of the year, 654 in, with Wagner and Bennett getting the assists. All 3 forwards on Rapid City's top line have 23 or more goals this season. Gore now has 23 on the year. Ryan Wagner has 28, and Blake Bennett in just 34 games has 26 goals. So he's only played half a season with the Rush, but what a half it has been. Bennett was the top goal scorer for Rapid City last year, where he had 35 goals in 72 games. He started this season playing in a couple different leagues overseas, and in 25 games overseas among 2 teams, he had 9 goals. And he has come back to Rapid City, and he has wreaked havoc on the rest of the league. There was one penalty in the first period. Gore got a cross-checking minor, 7-12 into the first. Luke Manning drew the penalty. Grizzlies came up empty on that power play unit, even though they did have some good shifts. Messner had a pretty good look down the middle of the ice while the Grizzlies were on the power play. And the Grizzlies also had a good look. I think Dashke had a pretty solid look during the power play as well. And Riley Connors has certainly been active as well. Among Utah's 13 shots, Utah does outshoot Rapid City 13-8 in the first period. Riley Connors has been busy early and often. He's got 5 shots for the Grizzlies through one period. He's on pace for 15 shots here tonight. Derek Dashke has 3 shots. Mick Messner has 2. And 3 other Grizzlies with 1 shot each, including Luke Manning and Adam Berg, as well as Griffin Ness. The Rapid City Rush, among their 8 shots, Dalton Skelly of all people. He has no goals in 20 games, but the former Allen American leads the Rush with 3 shots through 1 period. Billy Constantino has 2 shots. Denny Gore, 1 goal and 1 shot. Mauricio Coella and David Gagnon each have 1 shot. So 5 of the 8 shots taken by Rapid City were by defensemen in the first period. So we'll see what the middle frame has in store for the Grizzlies. We mentioned it before, but it was the second period on October 26th here where the Grizzlies really broke through. It was a 1-1 tie after 1 period that night, and then the Grizzlies scored 4 unanswered second period goals, and the Grizzlies cruised to a 5-2 victory that night. Grizzlies have been strong in second periods offensively. They are tied for 4th in the league with 86 goals in the second period. Incidentally enough, Rapid City has really struggled in second periods this season. The Rush are a minus 13 in the goal differential in the first period. They are a minus 24 in these second periods, as the Rush have been outscored 98-74 in the second period, and the Rush are a minus 3 in the third period. Opponents have scored 73 goals, and the Rush have scored 70. So can the Grizzlies find a way to get some things going offensively? They certainly had some good looks. The one shot that Messner had was a pretty good look, although he has taken 2, but one of his 2 shots was a grade A chance down the middle of the ice. Dashke's got 3 shots, and I got to imagine he's going to factor into things before this night is over. Busy night in the league. We'll go over league scores here shortly. Once again, after the first period, it's the Rapid City Rush 1 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network. After 1 period here at the Monument, the Rapid City Rush lead the Utah Grizzlies 1-0. The playoff picture in the Mountain Divisions is certainly interesting, even though the Grizzlies won't be in it. Kansas City has clinched the division title. They have 97 standings points on the season, and Kansas City plays Idaho this weekend. After 1 period, though, the Steelheads have a 2-0 lead over Kansas City, as Idaho got first period goals from Nick Canati and Ryan Gagnon. And Ben Cross made 12 saves in the first period. After 1, Idaho 2, Kansas City nothing. If the playoffs started today, Idaho would be in it. Every team in the Mountain Division has 3 games left in the regular season, including tonight. Kansas City's in first place, 97 points and a 703 point percentage. Tahoe's in second place with 87 points and a 630 point percentage. Tahoe hosts Wichita tonight. So that should be an interesting one over at Tahoe Blue Event Center. Wichita and Idaho are currently tied for 3rd in the Mountain Division. Wichita with 83 points, Idaho with 83. Tulsa has 82 points, and they have the fortune of facing the Allen Americans this weekend. After 2 periods, Tulsa leads Allen 7-1, as the Oilers have gotten goals from pretty much anybody. Former Rush skater Tyler Polson already has a hat trick. He has scored 3 goals for the Oilers. Ada McDonald has the lone goal for the Allen Americans. He scored 7-11 into the second period. Oilers with 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and they lead the Allen Americans 7-1. Tulsa right now has 82 standings points, which is 1 behind Wichita and Idaho for that tie for 3rd in the Mountain Division. Rapid City right now is in 5th place or in 6th place in the division. There's 8 teams in the Mountain Division. Unfortunately for Rapid City, there's no possibility of reaching the playoffs, but they're playing for a winning record as they come into play tonight with a record of 30, 36, and 3. Grizzlies are in 7th place in the Mountain Division with a record of 23, 38, 6, and 2. Utah has 54 standings points and a 391 point percentage, and Allen is in last place in the Mountain Division. They've got a record of 16, 42, 8, and 3, and a 312 winning percentage. So that's the Mountain Division forecast. Idaho's up 2-0 after one period. Tulsa is up 7-1 on the Allen Americans. Rapid City here at the Monument leads 1-0. And Tahoe will host Wichita at 8 o'clock. That game will get underway in about 15 minutes from now. Games in progress in the league. Second intermission, Cincinnati and Iowa are tied at 2. Other games in progress. Florida leads Atlanta 3-2. Lambton has 2 goals for the Everblades. Florida has outshot Atlanta 42-16. There's 8 minutes left in the third. Florida's already taken 42 shots, and the 3-time defending champions have a 3-2 lead over the Atlanta Gladiators. Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals get a 4-3 victory over Reading. That game ended in regulation. Brady Florent had 2 goals, including the game winner, 17:48 into the third. Dennis Smirnov, who was part of training camp for the Grizzlies back in the 2021-22 season. Smirnov scored 14:32 into the second period. Norfolk 4, Reading 3. The Indy Fuel get a 5-1 victory over the Bloomington Bison. Patrick's Marcinkiewicz scored the lone goal for Bloomington. The Fuel got goals from 5 different players, including former Grizzly Nathan Burke and former Ogden Mustangs legend Matus Spodniak. Indy outshot Bloomington 32-17, and the Fuel came away with a 5-1 victory. Game was played at Fishers Event Center in Fishers, Indiana, hometown of Mike Folta. Maine gets a 4-1 victory over Trois-Rivières. That's a final. Quite a few games still in progress. Looks like a very busy and active night in the league. When we come back, we will go over some NHL scores and check in on those who are living the dream. That's on the other side. You're tuned in to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Rapid City leads Utah 1-0 after one period.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Rapid City leads 1-0 after one period. There's 5 games in the National Hockey League today. One has gone final. Maple Leafs in overtime come away with a 4-3 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. The overtime game winner was scored by Matthew Kynes. He scored his 29th of the year. Matthews and Morgan Riley with the assist. That was 2:56 in overtime as the Maple Leafs come away with a 4-3 victory. 2 games in progress. Late second period, Sharks and the Wild are in a crazy one. 4-4 is the score. Halfway through the third period, Flyers and Rangers are tied at 4. As this might either be the last home game or pretty close to the last home game for Sam Rosen, the longtime New York Rangers broadcaster on a national level. He did NHL games on Fox in the late 1990s, and he did NFL games for Fox for many years. But obviously, a lot of people know him as the voice of the New York Rangers for 40 years. Sam Rosen, I believe, is doing the game tonight with his longtime partner, John Davidson. Davidson went into the front office for a few NHL teams, but if you're talking about the great analysts in NHL history in terms of game analysts, John Davidson is right up there with anybody. So that'd be a ton of fun. Hopefully I DVR'd it and I could watch it on Sunday. Flyers and Rangers tied at 4 halfway through the third period. Starting at 8 o'clock on national TV, the Blues are at the Oilers. I'm sure Sid Kanaswich is fired up about that game. Blues are 43-29-7 on the year. They are 9-1 over their last 10 games. Oilers are 5-4-1 over their last 10, and they have a record of 44-28-5. Also getting underway at 8 o'clock, the Calgary Flames are at the Anaheim Ducks. Flames are 6-2-2 in their last 10 games, and the Ducks are 5-4-1. Last night over at Delta Center, Utah Hockey Club came away with a 7-1 victory over the Seattle Kraken, as Utah got 1 goal and 2 assists from Mikhail Sergachev. Dylan Gunther had 3 assists, and Clayton Keller had 1 goal and 1 assist. But interestingly enough, in the third period, the Kraken made a goaltender change, as getting the start in net was DeCord, and he saved 22 of 29. Replacing him was former Kansas City Mavericks goaltender Victor Osman, who saved all 12 shots against Utah in the third period. Osman had a 3-1 record against the Grizzlies this season. Osman did get a loss against Utah on January 10th as Jake Barczewski and company swept Kansas City in a 2-game series in the second weekend of January, and that was one of the high marks and one of the great moments for the Grizzlies this season. During that weekend, Jake Barczewski made what probably should be the save of the year, and that was in the second period on the January 11th game. Remember, Victor Osman, he got in a fight with Jake Barczewski in December of 2024. In the Saturday game, Kansas City clinched a 3-game sweep that night. Mavericks won 10-3, but Osman got in a fight with Barczewski, and Osman did win the fight. And at that point, with Jay Stevens being the backup goaltender that evening, I had thought that there was a good chance that Jay Stevens would be in net. In fact, he was on the ice loosening up. And at some point I thought, it's a blowout and it was a tough night for the Grizzlies, but Jay Stevens could have gotten in there for a second pro appearance. But then Victor Osman came rolling back onto the ice, and it was just kind of like, you were happy that he was okay. I think he had some repairs that needed to be made, but at the end of the day, it was kind of like, it was a little bit disappointing to see that Jay Stevens wasn't going to be going out there to finish up things after Osman got in the fight with Barczewski. But nonetheless, it was one of the more interesting moments of the 2024-25 season. And just 4 months later, Victor Osman in the Salt Lake Valley, in the same state where he got in a fight with Jake Barczewski, Victor Osman made his NHL debut, stomping all 12. And, when you're sitting here at times, the NHL feels like it could be 15 million miles away. When you see guys like Victor Osman and Trent Miner make their NHL debuts, and former Grizzly defenseman Nate Klarman make his NHL debut playing in a game with the Pittsburgh Penguins, things like that kind of remind you that, the NHL is still a possibility. Every now and then I think about, guys like Mike Fulton, Adrian Denny, who both spent time in this league, and they're both now in the NHL. Jack Michaels, the voice of the Edmonton Oilers. He spent many years with the Alaska Aces. Everett Fitzhugh of the Seattle Kraken. He spent some time with Cincinnati. The Columbus Blue Jackets radio guy. He was in this league for many years as well. So those are the inspirations. And really, we're talking about, what we play for, what we come to work for, why we show up and broadcast games. And we're trying to get to the National Hockey League, and that's our dream, and that's our goal. And it is refreshing, and it is fun to see those that had been in this league get their opportunity in the National Hockey League. Heck, every time I see Matthew Schwegman in the Utah Hockey Club bench, he usually ends up standing next to Andre Tourigny. When they show Bear on the TV, a lot of times they'll show Matty Schwegman in the background, and I get excited every time because that guy was my roommate some 4 or 5 years ago. In fact, I was really hating the way I looked. I felt like I was completely overweight. So we were rooming together in Kalamazoo, and I wasn't going to I was just going to go to sleep in whatever I had for the game that we had called earlier that night. I tuck in, and Matty goes, "So you're going to go to sleep business casual, eh, T-Bone?" I was like, "Yes, I am, Matty. Yes, I am." When we come back in 1 minute, we will have second period action. Rapid City leads 1-0. We'll skate 5-on-5 on the other side. You've been tuned into the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
We're about set for second period action here at the Monument. Rapid City leads 1-0 as Denny Gore scored 6:54 in with Wagner and Bennett getting the assists. Grizzlies will start the second period with the forward line of Lebster, Mastrodonato, and Riley Connors. And well, you can't underestimate the importance of Riley Connors over the last handful of games. He led Utah with 5 shots in the first period. He has 3 goals and 3 assists in 10 games. He had 2 goals and 1 assist last Friday in the Grizzlies' 4-3 victory over Tahoe. The defensive pairing to start the second period will be Derek Dashke and Grant Gabriel. The 3 forwards that contributed to Rapid City's first period goal are on the ice, as well as Mitchell Smith and number 12, Chase Pauls. As Smith gets it towards Bennett, who dumps it in. As Grant Gabriel skates around his net towards the far side over to Lebster, who gets bounced to the boards. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Connors dumps it in. As Torquia rolls it around his net. Mastrodonato off the near wing wall. Collides with Wagner. Bennett takes the puck. He's got 26 goals in 34 games. Tried to brush one towards Gore just outside the right circle. Utah takes it away. Mastrodonato to Dashke in the near corner. He'll slide one across to Gabriel. Back to Dashke in the near side. Off his stick to Wagner in the left point. Trying to get towards Bennett, who wasn't anticipating it. Grizzlies rink-wide feeds picked on by Bennett. He ran us from the right side. He'll move it to his left. Wagner, left circle. He'll take a shot, and that's sticked away by Gabriel. As Grant Gabriel, the big 6'2 defenseman, 210 pounds. Grizzlies take the puck, and they'll hustle out to neutralize. Right wing feed towards Mastrodonato, sticked away by Smith. Dashke crosses center ice, steps over the line, and he's onside. He'll push to his left. Messner skates the left circle with momentum. Lefty shot, kick saved by Torquia. Rebound goes towards the right wing. Lebster in deep to Mastrodonato. He feeds up top to Pike. He'll fire a lefty shot, and a one-timer. It goes wide. 3-on-2 the other way. Wagner steps over the offensive blue, over to Gore. He'll take a righty shot, and it's sticked away by Lemaster, and it flies out of play. 18:34 is left in the second, and the Rush still lead 1-0. We mentioned it during the intermission. Grizzlies have been a strong second period club. They do have a second period goal in 20 of their last 24 games, and they are currently tied for 4th in the league with 86 second period goals. Utah has 40 goals in the second period over the last 32 games. Rush have been pretty much a break-even club in terms of goal differential in both the first and third periods. They have struggled, though, in the second periods as they are a minus 24 in the goal differential. They've allowed 98 goals in the second period. So the Grizzlies are hoping that they can find a way to get on the board here in the middle frame as Rapid City has the puck. They skate from right to left here in the period as we see it. Dalton Skelly in the right wing. Gets around Berg as he steps over the Utah line. As Skelly loses the puck, Pike will bounce one towards Berg over in the right corner. As Coella gets a good shoulder check from Lemaster. As Pike gets the puck, and he'll spin it up top and not out. Dalton Skelly, who had 2 shots in the first period, fires towards the net, and it goes wide. Skelly gets it back. As he'll spin it towards the left circle. Smedford lefty shot saved by Barcheski. Puck bounces behind Utah's net. Ness gets the puck, and he will race out to neutralize. If Ness plays in every game this series, he will have appeared in 73 games this season. Grizzlies over the line. Berg skates towards the right circle. Lefty shot. Save made by Torquia. As Berg had a pretty good look from the right side. Torquia made the save around the Rapid City and all caps in the front of his jersey. Grizzlies will switch things up. 17:38 left in the second. Don't forget that after tonight, both teams will be off tomorrow, and we resume action in this series on Friday night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. Saturday has the same scenario for the final game of the season for both clubs. Priest will take the drive. He's got Wood to his left and Manning to his right. Rapid City wins the draw. They're in their own zone as they spread the ice. Wall will move it ahead. It goes past Braden Tuck, and icing is going to be called on the rush. As Chad Costello on the Rapid City bench puts both palms in the air. Looks like Scott Burt. There's actually 3 guys in suits over for Rapid City. I believe Scott Burt might be one of those 3. 17:31 left in the second. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 15-9, but it's the Rush have a 1-0 lead. Friesen will take the drives out there with Wood and Manning. Rougeau and Jones, a strong defensive pairing, as they've earned a lot of ice time here in the last couple months. Rougeau fires towards the net. It's glanced off of Bennett's stick. Torchia leapt in the air about 6 inches. He snatched it over his head, and he holds on. 17:25 left in the second. That will not be credited as an official shot on goal for the Grizzlies. Draw one by Rapid City as they ski around Torchia's net. Left wing feed out to Jackson Leopard as he'll pedal out to center ice. Now across the center ice, he'll dump it in as he accelerates around Manning and around Jones. Puck towards the left side as Leopard bounces Rougeau towards the boards. Scrum in the corner. A Rapid City player holds his face, and that's Blake Bennett. He shakes his head back and forth, and we continue to skate 5-on-5. Puck to the middle of the ice. Grizzlies will tap it out to center. Wood gets the puck. He leads Utah with 20 goals this season. Gets around one rush skater. Now he's behind Rapid City's net. Tried to center it out in front to Manning, but Manning's momentum carried it towards the end boards. Grizzlies from the left point spin it around. Cooper Jones skates towards the right goal line. Around the net to Wood, but it goes between his legs. Rougeau to the left side across to Manning. He's in the right wing. He gets around one rush skater. Manning skates in. Lefty shot. He scores! Luke Manning gets his 15th of the year as he just roofed it right over Torchia, and the Grizzlies tie it up. Boy, great move by Luke Manning. He had the puck in the right wing, got around one rush skater, just kind of walked his way in, and he was able to fire it over Torchia as Luke Manning stays red hot. He now has 15 goals this season, and that's his 7th goal since March 1st. So it takes 16 shots for the Grizzlies to get one past Torchia. There's now tied at 1, and once again, the Grizzlies getting it done here in the second period. As the rush, I think Rougeau is going to get an assist. The PA announcer tries to whisper when the opposing team scores. You can't hear who picked up the assist in the background. Rapid City skates around Barczewski's net. As the rush from the attack zone, they get up top left point to Smith. He fires towards the net. It's sticked away by Dashke. Now Dashke rolls it towards Fitz, but it goes past him and all the way into the rush zone. Loose puck is run down by Smith. Will backhand it towards the Grizzlies bench. Rush get it back to the middle of the ice for Smith. He falls down. Turnover. Armstrong to Fitz. Righty shot, a score! Dylan Fitz gets his 9th of the year. And just like that, the Grizzlies take a 2-1 lead. Boy, tough break for Smith. He just fell down about 20 feet in front of Torchia. Armstrong just kind of nudged it behind him for Fitz, and Fitz just rocketed it right past Torchia. So Craig Armstrong's going to get the main assist. He now has 12 on the season. And just like that, less than a minute after Luke Manning tied it up at 1, it's Dylan Fitz getting his 9th of the year. So it's Utah 2, Rapid City 1. And once again, the Grizzlies continue to get the job done here in the second period. That is Dylan Fitz's 59th goal in a Grizzlies uniform. This is his 214th game with Utah since he was acquired in a trade in March of 2022 from the Orlando Solar Bears. Denny Gore skates towards the left corner. He's in the offensive zone as he gets towards Dalton Skelly, who had his shot blocked by Lemaster. Lemaster will spin it along the near side for Mastrodonato. The Maestro over the line right side, skates towards the right circle. Slap shot goes past Torchia and missed the net stick side. Gore skates in. He gets bounced by Lemaster. Over to Wagner. Skates towards the right circle, dangling back and forth. I try to feed one out in front, and Barczewski cut it off. Grizzlies lead 2-1. We played about 5 minutes into this second period. Grizzlies have goals from Luke Manning and Dylan Fitz. As Lemaster skates around Barczewski's net a couple times. Now move it to his left as Lebster gets around Smedsrud. Now he gets around a second rush skater. He'll push it towards the middle of the ice. Messner gets back checked, but we get a whistle. Bennett's in the area, and slashing is going to be the call, and the Grizzlies are going to get their second power play tonight. Boy, Messner is trying to get a shot off on Torchia, and on the back check, Blake Bennett slashed Messner. So we played exactly 5 minutes into the second period, and the Grizzlies now have a 2-1 lead. See if the Grizzlies power play can get going. It's their second power play of the night. Luke Manning scored 3:24 in with Rougeau getting an assist. Dylan Fitz scored exactly 4 minutes in. So the 2 goals were scored 36 seconds apart. Manning 3:24 in and Fitz an even 4 minutes in with Armstrong getting an assist. Off the draw goes past Pike and deep into the Grizzlies zone. Utah will start the power play with Pike and Gabriel with the forwards in Ness, Wood, and Manning. Griffin Ness crosses center ice right wing, dangles back and forth, steps over the line, drops for Wood, cross the Pike left wing, centers out to Ness, shot saved by Torquia. Second shot saved by Torquia again. Now Wood right side, slap shot saved by Torquia. Rebound goes to the Rush. And clearing it out is Chase Pauls. Boy, a couple of good looks by the Grizzlies, and they had some rebounds and second chances. Torquia was able to make the second stop. Minute 22 and counting left in Utah's power plays. The Grizz are up 2-1. Utah is 8 for 23 on the power play over the last 5.5 games. Wood over the offensive line, skates towards the left side. He'll saucer to Gabriel on the right wing. Gabriel solicits it back to Wood. He skates towards the right circle, dangling back and forth. Keeps his head up. Now he gets up top to Pike, who guides to Gabriel. Gabriel to Manning over in the near corner. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Manning over to Pike off his stick. He'll regather and spin it back behind Rapid City's net. Manning accepts it. He'll drop it for Gabriel, who's in the right circle. He faked a shot, collects it, and he'll backhand it towards Pike, who skates towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot, and it's blocked. Puck flies high into the air, bounces in front of the crease, and Manning will throw it towards the net, and it's cut off in the crease as Torquia holds on. 13:40 left in the second. 41 seconds left in Utah's power play, and it's a 2-1 game. Grizzlies will switch up. Messner's on the ice with Connors, Lebster, Mastrodonato, and Dashke. Up top is Lebster and Dashke. Mastrodonato and Dashke talk things over. Mastrodonato leads Utah with 16 power play assists this season to go along with 5 goals. As draw over towards the near boards, 3-on-3 scrum. Lebster skates over to survey things like a supervisor does at school or during a construction site. Rapid City comes out of the pile with it, and Smith will clear it all the way out. Dashke runs it down over in the far corner of the Grizzly zone. Utah spreads the ice. Dashke moves to his right for Lebster. He'll drop it back from Mastrodonato across the center ice. Now he slides over the offensive line. He'll guide it towards the left point for Connors. Mastrodonato feeds up top. Connor skates towards the high slot to get to the right circle for Lebster. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Puck slides along the far boards. Coming out of the box is Blake Bennett. Utah's now 0 for 2 on the power play. Off of Bennett's stick, he battles with Connors. Connors tried to muscle his way through. Puck slides towards Denny Gore to the middle of the ice. Left wing feed to Bennett off his stick, and it flies out of play as it ricochets off 2 or 3 empty seats. And a fan in row 5 will come away with a frozen vulcanized rubber disc. 12:46 left, second period. Grizzlies got a goal from Luke Manning, 3:24 in to tie it up. 36 seconds later, Dylan Fitz gave Utah a 2-1 lead, and that's where we sit. Utah 2, Rapid City 1. It's the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Draws at neutral ice as Utah leads 2-1. Grizz have outshot the Rush 20-11. Taking the draw for Utah is Luke Manning. He got the party started, and then 36 seconds later it was Dylan Fitz. Actually, it's Adam Berg that took the draw. I need new glasses. Something's wrong with the ones I have now. Grizzlies ice the puck. Utah argues that Armstrong was down there before a Rush skater, but icing is on Utah. Draw is going to come back towards Jake Barcheski. He has saved 10 of 11 so far. It is Barcheski's 4th game against the Rush this season. He has a record of 1-2 against Rapid City this year with a 3.74 goals against average and .871 save percentage. All 3 officials are talking it over as to whether the draw is going to be in the Grizzly zone or it's going to be at center ice, and they say it's going to be at center ice. It's kind of a classic moment of 3 officials getting together and saying we made a mistake. So instead of it being an offensive zone draw for the Rush, it's going to be at center ice. Draw at center ice, won by Berg. As Cooper Jones off the near wall to Fitz, who tried to pitchfork it in, and Skelly took it away instantaneously. Or instantly, I don't know if instantaneously is even a word. It is now, I guess. As Tuck around Utah's net as he muscles his way around Cooper Jones. Now Tuck stops, reverses field, skates back towards the near side, a drop it for Smedzrud, who gets up top. Rush dance around as Constantino pivots, skates towards the high slot. Now move to his left. Dalton Skelly fires off. It fits a stick, and it flies towards the right corner. Now back up top, Skelly. Left side, he fires towards the net. Sticked away by Barcheski, and it flies out of play off the protective netting. 12:02 is left in the second period. Hey, Dalton Skelly's been very active for Rapid City. He had 3 shots in the first period, and he's had a few here in the second. During the last homestand, there was 3 different Grizzlies players that scored their first pro goal. Riley Connors on March 26 against the Allen Americans, and then 2 days later, Luke LeMaster scored his first pro goal, 9:19 into the second period, and then Garrett Pike on March 29th. He scored late in the first period. Is Evan Friesen? Is it going to be his night? He's out there with Wood and Manning. Friesen still looking for his first pro goals. We mentioned before, he led his WHL team in points and goals this season. High slot, righty shot goes high. That was and wide. That was taken by LeMaster. Now LeMaster gets in the right point. He'll slide one towards Manning. He's on the left wing. He fires towards the net, and that's blocked away. Friesen gets these on one knee. He'll skate towards the high slot, and he'll plop it back up top to Manning, who skates towards the right circle. Across from one circle to the other for Pike, who will bounce one off of Parker Bowman's skate. Manning skates towards the right point. He'll drop it for LeMaster. As LeMaster stops, reverses his field back towards the right point. LeMaster cycles into Wood off his stick. Wood gets to Manning, who skates down the middle of the ice. Manning over to the left wing for Pike. He'll take a lefty shot, safe. Rebound shot goes just wide. As Pike had a good look on both the first and second attempts. Wood over to LeMaster. He gets a good shoulder check from a rush skater. As behind the net, Pike gets pushed to the boards. As he'll drop it for Messner, far circle up top to Wood, back to Messner, who dangles back and forth. He leads Utah in shots on goal this season. Messner whips it around the wall. Grizzlies make a line change nearby. Wood lets it go. As it goes into the Grizzly zone, Utah will switch up forwards. Dashke on the ice with Gabriel. Dashke throws in the middle of the ice for Gabriel, who spins around one rush skater, and he'll pitch it out to center ice. Grizzlies over the offensive line. Berg skates towards the far circle, drops for Ness. Ness wearing number 61. That's the number that Christian Horn, the current Grizzlies assistant, wore when he was a player. Puck towards the far circle. It's tapped away from Berg. We get a penalty, and it's going to be on the Grizzlies, their first of the game. Walt over the offensive line down the middle. He gets taken off the puck by Gabriel. Grizzlies touch up. 10:16 left in the second, and the Grizzlies will be shorthanded for the first time tonight. The captain, Mick Messner, goes to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Rapid City's power play this season is 19.2%. Grizzlies' penalty kill is 70.9% on the season. Grizzlies lead 2-1. 10:16 left in the second as we've reached about the halfway point of this game. Rapid City on this power play shift will have Chaz Smedzrud taking the draw. Watch out for Blake Bennett and Ryan Wagner. Those are great goal scorers. Denny Gore has 23 goals this season as well. Rush get it up top to Constantino as he's over on the right point. Rush won the faceoff. Over to Wagner. He's in the left point. Stops, and he'll throw the puck to the near goal line for Gore. Back to Wagner, who surveys, dangles the puck back and forth. He's over in the near corner. Over to Gore behind Utah's net. As Dashke will poke it back towards Wagner in the near corner. Over to Gore, trying to power his way through Dashke. Dashke sticked it away. Gabriel holds up Wagner. Now the Rush get it up top. Constantino down the middle. Take a righty shot, and it's blocked. And the puck will skip out to center ice. Bennett gets it. And he will backhand it ahead to left wing to Wagner. Across to Bennett, who enters with momentum. He'll skate towards the right circle. Lefty shot, and he scores! Well, Blake Bennett's been a killer on everybody in the league this season. As he skated with momentum into the right circle. And he picks up his 27th of the year. Just like that, it's a power play goal to tie it up at 2. Fans take up a "Hey, go Rush" chant. As Bennett got around to Grizzlies, skated towards the right circle, and he fired it stick side past Barcheski. So even though he's only played half a year, Bennett would probably be a strong candidate for one of the all-league teams. What a year he's had. 35th game as a Rush skater this year, and he now has 27 goals. Wagner might pick up an assist, which would be his second of the night. And it would also be his 48th of the year. We're skating 5-on-5 as Rapid City is now 1 for 1 on the power play. Rush ice the puck. Whistle blows with 9:24 left in the second. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 21-13. Rush had a 1-0 lead as Denny Gore scored 6:54 into the first period with Wagner and Bennett getting the assist. Grizzlies scored 2 goals 36 seconds apart. Luke Manning got Utah on the board, 3:24 in. And then 36 seconds later, Dylan Fitz scored with Craig Armstrong getting the assist. Matt Araujo picked up an assist on the Manning goal, and the Rush just scored a power play goal. The Grizzlies win the draw. They're in the offensive zone. Fitz up top to Lemaster, fire righty shot, save, and the puck flips towards the far circle. Pike guides it up top. Armstrong collects it off his stick. As he tried to nudge it towards Lebster, it's taken away. Rink-wide feed goes between the legs of Smedsrud, who will chase after it. Chaz Smedsrud to Quella, who gets pushed in the back by Armstrong behind Utah's net. Grizzlies will cycle it towards the far corner. Fitz runs it down. Fitz will loft it out to center ice. Puck ricochets off the center ice logo. As Lebster gets the puck, he'll drop it for Fitz, who skates towards the far circle. Fitz stops in the corner. He'll get it up top. Araujo fakes a shot, and he'll spin it along the wall. Grizzlies will switch up forwards as Rapid City gets to Braden Tuck at center ice left wing. He'll drop it as Gagnon from the left point will bounce one past Barcheski glove side as it ricochets off the end boards. Rapid City skates down the middle as they split a double team. Tuck shields Manning from the puck. Manning loses his stick, and Tuck loses the puck. As Grizzlies cross center ice, rush back defensively. Right wing feed out to Wood, who will bounce one towards Jones. Jones fires towards the net, and that's blocked away by Mitchell Smith. Coella will skip one towards his left. Puck off of Gagnon. Sticky runs it down in the far corner, deep in the Grizzlies zone. Araujo holds his ground, so does Manning. Grizzlies spin it along the near wall as Wood gets dragged down by a Rush skater, no penalty. Friesen moves it out to center ice, but the pass was overled for Luke Manning. Smith looking back and forth. Grizzlies will switch up forwards. Friesen comes off. Bennett's power play goal is assisted by Wagner and Constantine, 10:27 into the second. We're tied at 2. Rush skate towards the right side. Find a cutting Bowman. His lefty shot goes wide. Messner is on the back check. As Grizzlies will carry it out to new trice. Griffin Ness skates towards his left. Cross the center ice. He'll dump it in. As arm is raised by the linesman. They might have called icing on the Grizzlies. 7:19's left, second period. No icing, though, as both teams are skating towards the bench. We have a timeout on the ice. We're tied at 2. Grizzlies have second period goals from Manning and Dylan Fitz. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Tied at 2, 7:19's left in the second period. Offside was a call before the timeout. Grizzlies get the puck. Grant Gabriel, new tries, righty shot, and that one's blocked away by Torquia. Grant Gabriel's got an outstanding righty shot, and he's going to put it on display here in the final series of the season. As the Rush dump it in, wearing a white jersey, dark numbers, and red trim. Grizzlies in a black jersey get to center ice. Mashadonado will skip one across. Dashkey trying to play it. Lebster skated over. Offside is the Grizzlies. And they're going to say the puck's going to go into the Grizzlies zone for the next faceoff. A little bit of housekeeping on Utah's goals. Manning tied it up 3:24 into the second period of Araujo, and they added an assist to Cooper Jones. Jones, who played with Rapid City last year, now has 7 assists this season. Dylan Fitz's goal in even 4 minutes into the second was assisted by Armstrong. The Bennett power play goal to tie it up from the right wing. He scored 10:27 in with Wagner and Constantine, who gave the assists. Draws over in the right circle, and it's won by Connors and the Grizzlies. They continue to jostle for positioning. Puck goes off 3 sticks. Utah comes away with it. Lebster to new tries. Will bounce one off of Holden Wall. Webster gets it back. He'll throw it to his right. Gabriel will take a righty shot that goes wide. We talked about that powerful shot. Boy, if it would have found a way to get the net as he missed high. Gabriel gets it back, far circle. So bounce one off a Holden Wall stick. Puck flies about 10 feet in the air. Bowman drops it, and he'll throw it behind his net for Artyom Borshov. He wears number 25. He's played a physical brand of hockey so far tonight, 6'3", 210 pounds. Borshov has to go past him out to Neutrice. Rush spread the ice. They skate from right to left as we see it from the Monument here in the opener of a 3-game series. Dalton Skelly's been a very active defenseman. He'll guide it to the middle of the ice. Constantino dangles back and forth. He's had a strong year. Over to Gore, left wing. He centers it. Now goes back to Gore. Righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Grizzlies get the rebound. Dylan Fitz has been strong tonight. He'll bounce one off the far glass. And it ricochets into the Grizzlies bench. There's a spot where Vinny Duplessis is sitting. Duplessis gloves it, and he will give it to a fan in row 1 of Section P. 5:53 is left in the second period. We're tied at 2 on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
.553 is the time remaining second period. We're tied at 2. Grizzlies about shot the rush 2-1 here in the second period on goals from Luke Manning and Dylan Fitz. Grizzlies out to Neutrice. Armstrong will slice one into the near corner of the rush zone. Grizzlies skate from left to right as Skelly gets a good shoulder check from Griffin Ness. Puck goes back towards Skelly. He gets tripped up by Ness. No call. There's only one referee tonight, and it's David Lilly. Ness throws in the middle of the ice for Fitz. Righty shot, and that's blocked away. Fitz has been great tonight. Over to the left side. Utah fires a righty shot that goes wide. That shot, we believe, was taken by Grant Gabriel. Make that Lemaster. Lemaster gets it back. Left circle, righty shot. Glove saved by Torchia. Boy, Lemaster had 2 good looks. That second shot was snatched him out shoulder high by Torchia. Nathan's his first name, 5'10", 180 pounds. He stops play with 5:19 left in the second. Torchia played at the University of Windsor this season. This year, in 23 games, he had a record of 11-11-1 and a .906 save percentage. He was a 500 goaltender. Rush right now are a 500 team. Pike right point, lefty shot saved by Torchia. Puck goes out to Neutrice. Constantino left wings it out towards Wagner. Make that Bennett across the Constantino right side. Righty shot saved by Barcheski, and he frees it with 5:06 left in the second. Unfortunately, the playoffs are a distant memory for both teams. But Rapid City does have a little bit to play for in terms of a winning record. They've got a record of 30, 36, and 3. They were a 500 team through 69 games in the season. So it's kind of interesting. Torchia was a 500 goaltender at Windsor this year, and he's part of a 500 club. He's looking for his first pro win tonight. Grizzlies have the puck as they'll move it out to center ice. Rink wide feed angle left to Friesen off his stick. It flies in play, skates towards the right corner as Friesen, but Rapid City gets their 2 strides ahead of him. Rush with an outlet pass to center ice for Bennett. He'll bounce one towards the left side for Wagner, who has 2 assists tonight. Wagner will throw it to the middle of the ice as Bennett collects it near the Utah line, steps over it. Grizzlies knife it away. Luke Manning, who's got a goal tonight, he has 15 on the season. He has 7 since March 1st. Manning gets it taken away. Wagner skates into the left side, tries to start to Bennett, back and shot. What a stop by Barcheski. And the whistle blows. We got a penalty on the play. Slashing is going to be the call, and I think it's going to be on Utah. Boy, centering pass connected from Wagner to Bennett, and the backhand shot was denied by Barcheski. Well, you know, from time to time, Jake Barcheski is going to make a great highlight save. He made the stop. Cooper Jones skates to the box. He can't believe it. He gets 2 minutes for slashing. 4:25 left in the second period, and the Rush will be on the power play for the second time tonight. Rush are 1 for 1 on the power play this year, and they're just over 19% on the season. Draw one by the Rush. As Mitchell Smith will move one towards his left. Jack Jeffers throws it to the near goal line. Righty shot, saved by Barczewski, and he dives towards his left as he covers up. Boy, the Rush did a good job getting the puck in there, and they were looking for a rebound. Barczewski was able to collect it on the first chance. So the Rush with a good shot 7 seconds into the power play. Rapid City with 8 shots in the first, and they're already up to 10 here in the second. Grizzlies 13 shots in the first. They have 12 here so far in the second. Got a good game here. Grizzlies have had a lot of close games. 17 of the last 30 games decided by 1 goal, and we got a good one here so far tonight. Rush have the puck there just outside the right circle. Now up top to Smith, back to the right circle. As the Rush keep dancing back and forth, dangling at the puck. They center it off the stick. As puck is fired away by Gagnon, it goes wide. Gagnon has 5 goals this season. First time he's played against the Grizzlies. Smith will move one towards the right circle now, far goal line. Now goes back to the right wing. As the Rush get it towards Gagnon, back in shot, saved by Barczewski. Rebound goes towards Utah, and Gabriel will flip it out to center ice. Gagnon gets around one Grizzly, gets around Lemaster, he dumps it in. Pedaling over there is Derek Dash, gets knifed away by Gagnon towards the near wing wall. Loose puck's taken by the Grizzlies, and they clear it out. Masher Donato will race towards the bench. As Torquia plays it behind his net, he's kind of has old-school-looking colors on his pads, does Torquia. As Coella skates towards the left wing across center ice, Mauricio Coella. He's been a member of the Rush for 2 or 3 years. Over to Wagner. He gets around Lemaster. Wagner left side. Toe drag. Lefty shot goes wide. Bennett collects the puck in the right point. Less than 45 seconds left in the Rush power plays. The fans stop their feet here on a partial sellout of the Monuments. Over to the middle of the ice. Gore takes a righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Boy, Smedzwer was hanging out the goal line. He got the puck and he centered it to Gore. Boy, Denny Gore's been active for the Rush tonight, and his righty shot was denied on a glove save about waist high by Barczewski. 3:01 left in the second, 36 seconds left in the power play. Rush have the guys they want out there, in particular Bennett and Wagner, as well as Denny Gore's taking the face off. Taking the draw for the Grizzlies is Griffin Ness. Rapid City wins the draw. They work the puck around as Wagner and Constantino play catch. Now Wagner dangles towards the left circle. Over to Gore trying to center it to Smedzwer. It's sticked away. Wagner guides it up top to Bennett, who already has 1 goal tonight and 27 in the season. He'll lay it for Wagner over in the left point. 15 seconds left in Rapid City's power play. Bennett over to Wagner. As he'll pedal towards the left circle. Now he feeds it to the near goal line. Wagner plays a very patient game. Makes a lot of great plays with the puck, utilizing his patience. Late in the power play, Wagner sharp angle shot and a score. I don't know if I got redirected, but Wagner was over in the near corner and on an impossible angle was able to center it. And Wagner says Chaz Smedzrud gets the goal. That would be Wagner's 3rd assist of the night. It's a power play goal for the Rush. They are now 2 for 2 on the man advantage. It's now a 3-2 game. Well, I was thinking it was a sharp angled shot. Wagner, he talked about the patience. He saw Smedzrud cutting towards the net. And Wagner found Smedzrud out in front. And Smedzrud gets his 12th goal of the year. The fans impersonating Daniel Bryan, they yell yes, yes, with both arms in the air. Derek Dashke talking with referee David Lilly. There's 2:26 left in the second. Rush lead 3-2. So both the Grizzlies' goals have been scored 5-on-5. And unfortunately, it's been kind of a constant theme throughout the year where the Grizzlies have been a bit up and down on the penalty kill. Puck dropped at center ice. Rapid City wins it. As Holden Wall will sweep one to the middle of the ice. As puck is dropped towards Jackson Leopard. He'll skeet towards the right circle, take a lefty shot. And Dashke gets a stick in the way as the puck flies off the protective netting. 2:12 is left in the second. And the Rush lead 3-2. They gave the goal to Wagner with Bennett and Gore getting the assists. Although normally you see a guy skating to the celebration aisle first, and Wagner certainly believed that Smedzrud had scored. And we'll check on that a little bit later. But right now it's Wagner. According to the announcement, he's the one that gets the goal. He now has 1 goal and 2 assists. Puck's up top in the Grizzlies zone. Rapid City will move it to Bowman. He's in the left circle. He fires it over Barczewski's head. Barczewski ducked his head to get out of the way. Rush ricocheted off the boards behind Utah's net. Gabriel gets to Wood at new tries. Wood crosses center, and he'll helicopter towards Torquia. And in the butterfly position, he snatches it knee high as he holds on with 1:46 left in the second. So Draw's going to be back in the rush zone, and the Grizzlies will look to find some momentum heading into the second intermission locker room. We kind of mentioned the second period being Utah's money frame offensively, and that's where both the goals have came from. If you joined us late, Rapid City took a 1-0 lead as Denny Gore scored 3:54 in. Rush had a 1-0 lead after one period, despite the fact the Grizzlies had a shot advantage of 13-8. Grizzlies got second period goals from Luke Manning and Dylan Fitz off the draw. Armstrong back in, shot saved by Torquia. We'll go over all the scoring during the second intermission. You know there's never a whole lot of time between whistles as Bennett gets held up in the near corner by Mick Messner. Coelho's in the area as well. Grizzlies come out with a puck. Armstrong behind the net, tries to find a cutting Messner. A glance up his stick back towards the corner. Now Messner gets the puck to Grizzlies captain. He'll skate towards the right point, feeds up top to Fitz off his stick. It goes out to new tries. Grizzlies tag back up a new tries. Fitz over to Armstrong, who right wings it out towards Gabriel. Off his stick, he's able to dump it in. Fitz pushes a rush player in the back. Armstrong joins the play as he tries to power his way through the big 6'5", 220-pound Chase Pauls. Defenseman will have 6'4", Scott Burt's crew. Gabriel throws it across. Taking the puck is Mitchell Smith. David Lilly, the referee, tries to get out of the way as the Rush will sky it out to new tries. Puck hit the opposite new tries. It's taken by the Rush. Siren pass shot saved by Barczewski. Puck still alive towards the far corner. 45 seconds left. Rush lead 3-2. Constantino gets the puck. He's on the right side. He'll skate towards the high slot. He stops, fires a righty shot that gets redirected by a stick, and it goes wide off the glass. 2-on-2 battle behind the net. As Fitz in the area. Rapid City will backhand it up top. Right side, Skelly with a shot, and he bounced one off his teammate David Gagnon, who was out in front. Grizzlies over the line, 2-on-2. Lebster lays it for Dashke over to Connors. Right side, he'll take a righty shot. It goes just wide. Boy, Connors was hoping Lebster on a drive-by could redirect it. 15 seconds left in the period. Rink-wide feed angle left goes to Gagnon. He's over the offensive line. He'll skate horizontally towards the high slot. He'll backhand it in. Dashke, rink-wide feed angle right to Connors. He's in the right circle. Slap shot saved by Torquia. Puck flips high into the air. And that will do it for second period action. Both teams scored 2 goals. Utah to 2-1 lead as Luke Manning scored 3:26 in. And then 36 seconds later, it was Dylan Fitz making it a 2-1 game. Manning's goal was 3:24. My Kearns high math fails me again. Then the Rush scored 2 power play goals, and they lead 3-2. Rush are 2 for 2 on the power play. Grizzlies are 0 for 2. Now see what happens here in the third. It's another close one here at the Monument. You know you're going to see quite a bit of plot twists and things. If the Grizzlies win, they will need at least 4. And for the Grizzlies, only 2 of their 23 victories this season have come when they have scored less than 4 goals. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 27-23. And when we come back, we'll go over some of the stats and storylines of the first 2 periods. Once again, after 40 minutes of play here at the Monument, it's the Rapid City Rush 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more.
After 2 periods here at the Monument, Rapid City leads Utah 3-2. Rush got on the board first, 6:54 in, as Denny Gore got his 23rd of the year. Ryan Wagner and Blake Bennett got the assists. Grizzlies outshot the Rush 13-8 in the first period, but it's the Rush that have a 1-0 lead. Grizzlies got on the board 3:24 in, as Luke Manning got his 15th of the year. He now has 7 goals since March 1st. Matt Arujo and Cooper Jones with the assist. And for Arujo, it's his first game against the Russians. He was traded by Rapid City to Utah in late February. Arujo has 2 goals and now 2 assists on the season. He had no points in 21 games for Rapid City. And Arujo and Jones have really been strong contributors for the Grizzlies over the last month and a half, and that's a big part as to why they're getting good ice time here to end the regular season. So Manning's goal was scored 3:24 into the second. This is 15th of the year. For Cooper Jones, he now has 7 assists on the year. Jones spent some time last season with Rapid City. 36 seconds later, the Grizzlies took a 2-1 lead, and it looked like Mitchell Smith. He was down the middle of the ice. He took a tumble about 20 feet in front of his own net, and Craig Armstrong got the puck. He just pushed it back to Fitz about 5 feet. Fitz collected the puck, and he fired a missile past Torquia, and he gave Utah a 2-1 lead. For Fitz, he now has 9 goals on the season. Craig Armstrong picked up his 12th assist of the year. And for Dylan Fitz, he's played many games for the Grizzlies. This is game number 214 for Fitz in a Utah uniform. And he has 59 goals and 55 assists. He's also taken 551 shots as a member of the Grizzlies. Fitz has played outstanding through 2 periods tonight. He gave Utah a 2-1 lead. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, the penalty kill has been spotty at times. McMaster got a hooky minor 9:44 into the second period, and the Rush capitalized on a power play. Puck was at neutral ice, and Blake Bennett re-entered the offensive zone, veered off to the right, and he had all sorts of momentum once he got the puck towards the right circle, and he fired a stick side past Barczewski. As Bennett now has 27 goals on the year. Wagner and Constantinu with the assists. I got to imagine Bennett and Constantinu, as well as Wagner, have been instrumental to Rapid City's power play this season. For Bennett, that's his 8th power play goal of the year. And how about Ryan Wagner? You talk about a machine on the power play. Wagner with an assist on the Bennett goal, and then about 7 minutes later, the Rush took a 3-2 lead on a power play goal. Cooper Jones got a slashing minor 15:35 in, and with 2 seconds left on the power play, Wagner had the puck over in the near corner, centered it to Smedsrud, and Smedsrud fired away for his 12th goal of the year. Smedsrud now has 6 power play goals on the year. And for Ryan Wagner, it's the 2nd power play assist of the night. He has assisted in all 3 of Rapid City's goals. So Wagner now has 49 assists on the season total, and he has 24 power play assists on the year. There's no doubt that Ryan Wagner has been one of the best players in the league. And as we saw in half a year with the Grizzlies back in the 2019-2020 season, he is as solid a guy as it comes, as solid a player as it comes, and was really patient that got it done for Wagner. He's not a guy that doesn't necessarily make quick decisions, but he always has the puck on his stick for that extra half second. Waits for the play to develop, and in the case of the goal to give Rapid City a 3-2 lead, found Smedsrud cutting towards the net, and I think he might have caught the Grizzlies kind of just watching him, as Wagner had the puck on his stick for a good 10, 15 seconds. And Smedsrud just cut from behind, in the former Allen American forward. Smedsrud played in 12 games with Allen over a 2-year stretch. He fired away for his 12th of the year. Denny Gore also got an assist on the Smedsrud goal, and Denny Gore's had an outstanding game for Rapid City as he has 1 goal and 1 assist and a +1 rating through 2 periods. Shot count's been interesting tonight. Grizzlies outshot the Rush 13-8 in the first period. In the second period, it was Rapid City that had a 15-14 edge in the shot count. And unfortunately for the Grizzlies, special teams has made the difference. Rapid City is 2 for 2 on the power play, and the Grizzlies are 0 for 2. Among Utah's 27 shots, Riley Connors leads the way with 6. He had 5 shots in the first period, and he had 1 in the second. Derek Dashke, Mick Messner, and Luke Manning each have 3 shots. One of Manning's 3 found the back of the net. Grizzlies also have 2 shots from Garrett Pike as well as Reed Lebster and Adam Berg, and a handful of other Grizzlies with 1 shot, and that includes Dylan Fitz, who found the back of the net on his 1 shot here so far. For Rapid City, it's been a balanced attack. Dalton Skelly has 3 shots as well as Gore, Gagnon, and Billy Constantino. Many of Rapid City's shots have come by defensemen here in this evening's game. 2 shots for Chad Smedsrud. He has 1 goal on 2 shots. Blake Bennett has 1 goal and 1 assist. He's taken 2 shots for Rapid City. Ryan Wagner only has 1 shot for Rapid City, but he's certainly made an impact as he's got 3 assists and a +1 rating. So we'll see what happens here in the third. We mentioned the Grizzlies and all the close games that they have played. 17 of their last 30 games have been decided by 1 goal. In fact, the last time the Grizzlies were here, Utah won 5-2. But before that, in the second game of the regular season, Utah won in a shootout where Reed Lebster played the role of the hero. So we'll see what happens here in the third period tonight as Grizzlies look to start the series in style. And for Rapid City, they're hoping they can get a victory and go over the 500 mark in terms of a winning percentage as they are 30-36-3 on the season. Let's go over the scores from the other games in the Mountain Division. Unfortunately for Utah and Rapid City, they're out of playoff contention, but there are 5 teams battling for 4 spots. Tulsa defeats Allen 8-1, and so temporarily Tulsa takes over 3rd place in the Mountain Division. After 2 periods, Kansas City and Idaho are tied at 2. Steelheads got first period goals from Nick Canati and Ryan Gagnon. Kansas City got second period goals from Cade Borchard and Marcus Crawford. Not many shots on either side. Kansas City with 17, Idaho with 13, and they got a barn burner over at Idaho Central Arena. That game is tied at 2 after 2 periods. After 1 period over at Tahoe Blue Event Center, Tahoe and Wichita are tied at 1. Kobe Walker scored .553 into the first to give Wichita 1-0 lead. Sloan Stanek tied it up 12:24 into the first. Tahoe outshot Wichita 10-8 in the first period. That game is currently tied at Tahoe Blue Event Center 1-1 after 1. Other action in the league, Cincinnati defeats Iowa 4-2 as Cincinnati scored 2 in the second and 2 more in the third as the Cyclones came away with a 4-2 victory over the playoff-bound Iowa Heartlanders. Florida gets a 5-2 victory over Atlanta. Lambden had 3 goals for Florida. He scored an empty netter with 10 seconds left to complete the hat trick. Florida 5, Atlanta 2. Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals got a 4-3 victory over Reading. Norfolk has clinched a playoff spot, and with the victory, they take over second place in the Mountain Division over the Wheeling Nailers. Indy gets a 5-1 victory over Bloomington. Former Grizzly Nathan Burke had 1 goal. Former Ogden Mustangs legend Matu Spodniak also scored for the Fuel. They win 5-1 in Fishers, Indiana, hometown of Mike Fulta. Maine defeats Trois Riviere 5-1. So that's action across the 4-letter league. When we come back, we'll check in on those who are living the dream. There are 5 NHL games tonight. We'll go over those scores on the other side. Here at the Monument, after 2 periods, Rapid City leads Utah 3-2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
An absolutely crazy game being played in Minnesota as the Wild, with 2 minutes left in regulation, lead the Sharks 7-6. You talk about a crazy game. It would take a day and a half just to recap what has happened in the game. The Wild had a 7-4 lead, but the Sharks have scored 2 unanswered, and they're trying to climb back into it. There's 2 minutes left in the third. They're skating 5-on-5, and Minnesota leads San Jose 7-6. Late first period, Blues lead the Oilers 1-0. Ryan Suter scored a shorthanded goal, 8:44 into the first. After one period, no score between the between the Flames and the Ducks. Flames outshot the Ducks 13-7 in the first period. In overtime, Toronto got a 4-3 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Philadelphia wins 8-5 over the Rangers. The Flyers scored 6 goals in the third period. Flyers with 2 goals in the second and 6 in the third. Well, if you're Peter Laviolette, I think you got to get your resume updated. Rangers with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Usually if you score 3 goals in the third period, you expect to find a way to win. But 6 goals by the Flyers in the third period, and they come away with an 8-5 victory. Tyson Forster with the hat trick. He had 3 goals for the Flyers. His name is my name, too. Noah Cates had 2 assists for the Flyers, and Mika Zibanejad had 4 assists for the Rangers in the loss. Philadelphia 8, New York 5. When we come back, we'll do a little bit of politicking. Let's go over the campaign for Derek Daschke, as tomorrow the first and second team all leagues will be announced. And Derek Daschke certainly is deserving of being on either team. We'll give you the candidacy for Derek Daschke on the other side. After 2 periods, Rapid City leads Utah 3-2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Well, over the years, the Grizzlies have had some great defensemen. You think about Charles-Edouard Dastou, who was the league's defenseman of the year back in the 2021-22 season. He had 19 goals in the 2022 Kelly Cup playoffs, which is a league record for a single postseason. He was outstanding for the Grizzlies last year. Kyle Mayhew had a spectacular year. He was named second team all-league, and I think that Derek Daschke should be on either the first or second team all-ECHL with what he has done through 62 games with the Grizzlies. And if you think about it, Daschke came into play in 62 games with Utah with 16 goals and 38 assists. He leads Utah with 54 points. Interestingly enough, the 16 goals this season matched last season's total, where he had 16 goals with Kalamazoo. Daschke came into play with 181 shots on goal. He's had 2 or 3 looks here tonight. In fact, Daschke has 3 shots this evening. He's been instrumental in the power play. He's got 9 power play goals. He has 14 power play assists. He's got 3 game-winning goals. He has 2 overtime game winners. Daschke won in overtime in Allen on November 16th. And then he scored in overtime once again on fishing night as Utah defeated Idaho 6-5. So you're talking about a guy that's done everything for the Grizzlies this year, and even though it has been kind of a tougher year in the win-loss column, that should have nothing to do with first or second team all-league. And I think Derek Daschke is deserving, and obviously the teams have already been picked. So our campaigning isn't going to do anything in terms of what's going to happen tomorrow. But I think Derek Daschke should be either first or second team all-league. There's certainly some great candidates. Matt Register's got another 50 assists this year. In fact, if you look at other candidates, Kyle Mayhew, we mentioned he was second team all-league as a Grizzly. He's played with Fort Wayne this season, and Mayhew's had an outstanding year with 11 goals and 41 assists. Connor Welsh of Worcester's had a strong year with 8 goals and 48 assists. Dennis Cezana for Savannah has 14 goals and 36 assists. Chaz Sharp has been a great goal scorer. He had a great game against the Grizzlies in January. Sharp has 24 goals in 60 games as a defenseman. So he's got to be somebody that's going to be strongly considered for first or second team all-league. But Derek Daschke's right there. Daschke is second among league defensemen with 16 goals. He is fourth among league defensemen with 38 assists. He is third in points with 54. You talk about shots. Right now he's third with 181. He's got another 3 tonight. So unless a player for Atlanta has fired away with some shots, Dashke should be tied for second in that department. We mentioned 9 power play goals. That's second among League D men. And, he's got 3 game winners this season. He's been a clutch performer for the Grizzlies. And it's not just what he does offensively. He does some great things away from the puck. And when he needs to be a defensive defenseman, he can come away with either a block shot or a redirection or a deflection, things of that nature. He has been a great performer for the Grizzlies all year, and I think he should be either first or second team all-league. And if it were up to me, obviously I've seen every one of his games. I haven't necessarily seen every game of the other defensemen. I'd put him on the first team, but that's just me. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have third period action here at the Monument. We'll skate 5-on-5 with Rapid City leading Utah 3-2. You've been tuned in to the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
We're about set for third period action as Rapid City leads Utah 3-2. We'll see if the Grizzlies have a third period comeback in them. After all, it's only a 1-goal game. When trailing after 2 periods, though, the Grizzlies are just 1-31-2 on the year. Grizzlies have done a good job protecting leads, but it's been a bit of a rough go of it in the comeback trail for Utah this season. When leading after 2 periods this year, Rapid City has a record of 19-1-2-1. Connors will take the drives out there with Webster and Mastrodonado. Defensively, it's Grant Gabriel with Derek Dashke. Those guys were teammates back in juniors. To start the third period, it's going to be Denny Gore taking the draw with Bennett and Wagner out there. All 3 of those forwards have multiple point games. Grizzlies won the draw. Webster dumps it in. And Nathan Torkas will spin it along the far wing wall. Rapid City skates from left to right as it's taken by Gore down the middle of the ice. He loses it. A good back check from Grant Gabriel. Utah to Mastrodonado. Skates over the left wing, and he'll dump it in right side to Connors. Connors around the net to Mastrodonado. He's in the left corner over to Webster. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Utah down the middle of the ice for Gabriel. Take a righty shot. Saved by Torkas, and he will hold on. Nathan Torkius is looking for his first pro win. Torkius 5'10", 180 pounds. So far, he has saved 26 of 28. The backup is Matt Radomski. We'll probably see him later on in the series. So Grizzlies got their first shot 32 seconds into the third period. And it was a snipe from Grant Gabriel, denied by Torkius. Grizzlies win the draw. Mastrodonado lays it in the corner. Constantine picks it up for Rapid City, and he'll clear it out to center ice. Gabriel across the dash to get the Utah line. Back to Gabriel. He'll move it to his right. Puck off a stick, and it flies into the Rapid City bench. And one of the rush coaches will jump out of the way. I can't tell. As I mentioned before, I think I need new glasses. These things aren't very good. There are 3 guys in suits on the Rapid City bench. And we do think that one of those 3 coaches is Scott Burt. Burt had been battling health issues and had unfortunately been out of action the last 3 or 4 months. We're certainly thinking of Birdie, and I believe he might be one of the 3 coaches on the Rapid City bench. Grizzlies right wing it out to center ice, and Wood will dump it in towards Torkius. Puck towards the near side as Coella gets bounced by a Grizzly, and that was number 25, Evan Friesen. 25 earlier this season was worn by Cole Gallant. As the rush moving out to center ice left wing, bounced off a stick. Lemaster will tattoo it off the wall. As Dalton Skelly dumps it in. Skelly's got 3 shots on goal tonight. He's been an active defenseman for Scott Burt's crew. As puck goes towards Manning, who lays it for Friesen. Left wing will take a lefty shot. Saved by Torkius off his shoulder. And he will gather it along the near goal line and hold on. 18:32 is left in the third. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw as they trail 3-2. This weekend we'll see if Evan Friesen can get his first pro goal. He played this season with the Wenatchee Wild, and he was outstanding this year. Friesen with the Wild had 32 goals and 29 assists in 66 games. He led the Wild in goals and points. He was the captain of the Wild this season. Last year, he had 25 goals in 60 games with the Wild. He was a teammate with Briley Wood. Wood in his last season in the WHL with Wenatchee, he had 28 goals and 34 assists, and he was a star in the postseason where he had 13 points in 6 games. Draw won by Rapid City. As Masha Donato's out there with Fitz and Armstrong, Grizzlies are going with 11 forwards tonight as Aaron Aragon serving a 1-game suspension. Rush will gallop out to center ice, right wing. They'll dump it in. Barcheski plays behind his net as he gets the bouncing puck, and he'll slide it to the near corner for Pike. From corner to corner, Pike to Lemaster, and he'll move it ahead to Fitz, who races across center ice right wing. Parker Bowman tried to trip him up and missed. Pike left circle, lefty shot. Glove saved by Torkius. He holds on about chest high on a backhand snag. As we played a minute 56 of this third period, Grizzlies will have another offensive zone draw. Grizzlies keeping their shifts pretty short here to start the third period as they try to find a way to climb back into the game. Messner will take the draw. He's got Ness to his left and Berg to his right. Up top is Jones and Araujo. Araujo's got an assist tonight. He has 2 assists on the season. Former Rapid City skater. Grizzlies have quite a few former Rush players on their club. Araujo gets it after the Grizzlies won the draw, as he'll spin it around the wall. Cooper Jones gets lit up by Parker Bowman. Bowman's played in every game. He turns it over. Near goal line, drop for Jones. Righty shot saved by Torkius off his right shoulder. Rapid City will move it out to center ice. Grizzlies back defensively, 1-on-2. Rush skate in. It's knifed away by Mick Messner. Goes deeper into the Grizzlies zone. Puck towards the near side as Adam Berg delivers a big-time hit on Jonathan Yansis, who's 6'2" and 210 pounds. Rush have it back in their own zone as Chase Pauls gets towards center ice, negotiates his way around Ness, who knifes it away, goes into the Grizzlies bench. Christian Horn trying to find the puck. Vinny Duplessis will take his right blocker off. He will pick up the puck, and he will throw it into row 2 of section P. As a fan in a Rapid City jersey will come away with a souvenir frozen vulcanized rubber disc. As that couple looks to be pretty happy. They want to know Vinny's name. Last name Duplessis. As Grizzlies win the draw, Dashke over to Lebster. Puck bounces back to Dashke, who's 10 feet in front of Barcheski. Dashke overled Gabriels. The puck slides into the Rush zone. Cooper, as Riley Connors closed the gap on a Rush skater, but a defenseman's able to come up with it first. Tuck will throw it back to center ice. Now to the middle of the ice. It's dumped in by David Gagnon. We'll check to see if he's related to Ryan Gagnon, who scored one of the goals for Idaho tonight against Kansas City. That game's tied at 2 after 2 periods. Jackson Leopard gets pushed by Dashke. Puck is taken by Gagnon, who stops on a dime. He skates back towards the near side around Barcheski's net. Gagnon stops. He got 5 goals this season. He avoids Gabriel's check. Centering pass shot. Kick save by Barcheski off his left pad. As the centering pass got through towards Tuck. Now the puck towards the end boards. Tuck boxes out Gabriel, and the Rush spin it along the near side. Pauls wasn't in the area as it goes all the way down into the Rush zone. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck and get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Rush will switch up forwards as well. Rapid City has it back deep in their own zone, skating from left to right as they lead 3-2. Rush out to neutral ice. They get around Wood as they get to center ice, and they'll loft it over Barcheski's head. Puck ricochets off the end boards on one hop of the ice. Lemaster skates around Barcheski's net. Now he stops, spins around. He's an outstanding skater. Across to Pike near corner. Pike, rink-wide feed off of Wood, stick on to Manning. Manning over the offense line, over to Wood. One-timer, and it goes high over the head of Nathan Torkia. As Rapid City skates in, Blake Bennett already a multiple-point game, 1 goal and 1 assist. Trying to get around Pike, and the puck slides towards Barcheski, who covers up 2 feet in front of the crease. So he stops play with 15:45 left in the third. Both teams will switch up skaters. Both teams utilizing good team speed. Grizzlies like to have a fast team. They're usually not one of the bigger teams in the league, but they do move around pretty well from end to end. Connors will take the drives out there with Armstrong and Fitz. You're going to see a different forward with Armstrong and Fitz, with the Grizzlies going with 11 skaters. They're the only forward line that's just working with 2, so other guys are rotating in and out. Draw won by Connors and the Grizzlies. Utah's in their own zone, skating from right to left during the third period. Ahead to Armstrong. It goes past him. fits in a foot race, but icing is on the Grizzlies as Dalton Skelly was back defensively for the rush, chasing after the puck. So the puck's going to come back towards Jake Barczewski. I mentioned it before, but he's had a solid rookie campaign for the Grizzlies, and really since Christmas, he has performed well for the Grizzlies. Barczewski picked up his first pro win against the Rapid City Rush in December. He saved 27 of 30 in a 5-3 victory over the Rush on December 28th. Rapid City wins the draw. They throw it to the left point. Lefty shot saved by Barczewski. He snatched it around the Grizzly logo in the front of his black jersey. Shot was taken by Dalton Skelly, and Skelly's been very active. Not normal for him, but he's taken 4 or 5 shots on Barczewski tonight. Dalton Skelly played for Chad Costello each of the last 2 years with the Allen Americans. Connors will take the draw for the Grizzlies, and over the last handful of games, he's taken a lot of the big face-offs for Utah. Connors wins it cleanly. Fitz played a good game tonight. He's got 1 goal as he'll throw it to Pike across Lemaster. It will race out to neutralize. Lemaster, rink-wide feed angle left off of Fitz's stick. It goes in deep. Torquia behind his net will roll it towards the far wing boards. Rapid City rink-wide feeds picked off by Pike as they're looking for Wagner. While Pike skated over the line, but Fitz was still there. And so the Grizzlies are offside with 15-11 left in the third. With a victory tonight, the Grizzlies can surpass last season's total for road victories. Utah's 10-22-1 on the road. They had 10 road victories last season. And so a victory in any of the 3 games in this final series, and the Grizzlies can best last season's total for road wins. Utah wins the neutral zone draw. Rougeau across to Jones. He's at center ice, across the center red, and he'll zip it around the wall. Berg in the area, along with Messner and 2 rush skaters. Smedzer takes it away from Berg. He'll flip it out of play. Is it going to be a delay of game? It is. Smedzer gives a fan a souvenir, and he gets a penalty 5 minutes into the third period. So that will get Utah power play, as he just tried to lift it over the head of a Grizzly over on the left point, and instead he lifted it out of play. So it's going to be Utah's third power play of the game. Chaz Smedzer gets 2 minutes for delay of game. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 32-25. Nobody has scored here so far in the final regulation frame. We'll see if the Grizzlies can get a power play goal. Messner will take the drives out there with Lobster and Connors. Up top is the Maestro, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Derek Dashke. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Dashke will skate towards the high slot. He'll move it to Mastrodonato, who gets into the right circle momentum. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Mastrodonato lifts his head up to the heavens, and he knew he missed a good opportunity. Dashke gets the puck near goal line around Utah's net. Dashke casually skates down the middle, moves the puck back and forth. Now he gets to Mastrodonato, who fakes to Messner. Now he chips it over to Messner. Grizzlies captain skates over the line, skates towards the left corner. He skates around Rapid City's net. He'll feed it up top to Lebster. He'll direct it to Dashke, who's over on the left side. Over to Mastrodonato, left circle. Back up top to Dashke, across to Lebster. He's just outside the right circle. Back up top to Dashke. He's now in the high slot. Take a lefty shot. Kick saved by Torquia. Rebound goes towards the far wing wall. Rapid City will carry it out to center ice. Rush one-handed into the Grizzlies zone, and both teams are reset. Connors cross the center ice, dangling back and forth. He fakes to Mastrodonato. Connors at the right goal line, skates around Rapid City's net. Fans chant defense like we're playing a basketball game. Mastrodonato right side, righty shot, saved by Torquia. Lebster towards the left circle for Wood, up top to Dashke, across to Mastrodonato. He's in the right circle. The Maestro fakes it to Dashke. Now a backhand to Dashke, who's in the right point. Dashke will saucer it over to Lebster. Lebster dangles back and forth, solicits it to Dashke. Over to Mastrodonato, right circle. His shot sticked away, and the Rush clear it out. Boy, twice in the power play, Mastrodonato skated into the right circle with all sorts of momentum. One time missed wide, and another was blocked by a Rush stick. 25 seconds left in the power play. Taking the puck's Luke Manning, and he will race out to center ice. Manning will now guide towards his right. So drop it to Wood, who's got 6 power play goals this season. Across the pike, but it was overled for him. As the fans continue to chant defense. I don't see a basketball court out there or a football field, but that's what they do here in Rapid City on the penalty kill. Wood gets tripped over the blue line. Rapid City gets the puck. So they'll get it towards Chase Pauls. He'll move it out to center ice for Wagner. Coming out of the box is Smedzer. We're skating 5-on-5. Utah's 0 for 3 on the power play. Rush skate towards left circle. They look for a centering pass. It's sticked away. Good defensive work by Pike and Lemaster. Gabriel in the area as well. Manning over the line, right point, gets it across to Fitz, who fires towards the net, and that's kicked away by the right pad of Torquia. Ness feeds to the far circle, and the only guy there is Ryan Wagner, or make that Gagnon. Problem, he plays for Rapid City. Jones gets taken off the puck by Gagnon. Rapid City spreads the ice. We played 7.5 minutes of this third period, and the Rush still lead 3-2. Rink wide feed to the left is off the boards. Rapid City skates around Barczewski's net. Koella skates towards the slot. He'll drop it in the left point. As Skelly will one-hand it, and he'll fire it off the far boards. Fitz with the puck, who gets Araujo behind Barczewski's net. Araujo spins around to avoid Koella's check. He gets to Armstrong, now to Berg on the left side. Berg will sky it over Constantinu's head as the puck hippity hops off the ice twice. Ricochets off the far corner deep in the Rush zone. Rapid City comes back the other way. Gagnon dumps in at the end of a shift. Dashke around the boards, far side to Araujo. Stops on a dime, he avoids Holden Wall. Araujo will roll one on to Dashke, who directs to his left for Berg. Berg skates towards the left circle, trying to split a double team. Toe drag. Skelly took it away. Skelly's been a strong defenseman for Rapid City tonight. One of the better games he's played in a Rush uniform. Out to center ice for Bennett. Past him, it goes to Gabriel at the Utah line. He'll nudge it ahead about 4 feet to Connors. He slides it back to Gabriel at the far goal line deep in the Grizzlies zone. Utah skates from right to left during the period. Dashke to Gabriel, they play catch. Now Gabriel ahead to Connors, who skates over the line right side. Connors has good speed. St. Lawrence product this year. Takes a righty shot, and that's sticked away as it flies out of play off the protective netting. Set 11:16 is the time remaining, third period. It's Rapid City 3, Utah 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
11:16 left in the third period. Rush lead the Grizzlies 3-2. Utah's outshot Rapid City 35-25. Grizzlies have an 8-2 edge in the shot count in the third period. Grizzlies have second period goals from Luke Manning and Dylan Fitz. Rapid City got a first period goal from Denny Gore and second period goals from Blake Bennett and Chaz Smedsrud. Utah wins the draw high slot. Keeping it in is Grant Gabriel's been paired up with Derek Dashke tonight. Puck slides towards the near circle. Rapid City gets it. Rush gate from left to right here in the period. Bowman drops it off. Now it goes to the right circle. Righty shot goes wide. That was taken by Jonathan Yansis, who has 8 goals in 44 games this season. First time he's played against the Grizzlies. As Holden Wall will chip it ahead. Puck ricochets off the near wall. As Reed Lepster gets these in the offensive zone, to drop it to Masher Donato, who gets up top to Dashke. Derek Dashke, 16 goals this season. He's in the high slot, dangling back and forth as he skates towards the right point. Now spin it around to Gabriel near goal line. Center pass shot saved by Torquia. And the Rush clear it off the far wing boards. As Rush get the puck, as they'll skate to Neutrice. 1-on-4. Rush over the offensive line. Right circle. Shot is blocked away by Gabriel's stick. And it stays in play. Dashke towards Neutrice. Will move it to his right. Lepster over the line. Will saucer it across. Briley Wood couldn't reach it as he was skating back towards the goal line. Had to reverse his field. Rush out to Wagner off his stick. It slides towards the Grizzlies bench. Pike gets the puck. And he'll angle one to Dashke left side. Dashke towards the Grizzlies bench. Angle right to Manning. Tape to tape. Manning will zip it across to Friesen. He'll take a lefty shot. And that's sticked away. Puck hippity hops towards Torquia. And he will cover up at the near goal line. 9:57 left in the third period. Rush lead 3-2. Utah will have an offensive zone draw when we come back in 1 minute. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
9:57 left in the third period. Rush lead the Grizzlies 3-2. Utah will have an offensive zone draw. Evan Friesen will take it with Manning to his left and Wood to his right. Up top is Lemaster and Pike. Grizzlies won the draw. Pike gets over to Wood. Manning, one-timer. That's blocked away. Wood's got a goal tonight and 15 on the season. As Friesen gets it towards Manning in the right corner. Manning to Wood, one-timer, and that's blocked. Boy, a Rush player looks like he's hurt. That ricocheted off a knee, and Rush player's laying in the slot, and that's Denny Gore. Gore trying to get up, and he can't. Now they got to stop play as Denny Gore is laying down the middle of the ice. He blocked a rocket from Briley Wood, and that ricocheted off his left knee, and it looks like he's hurt. The Rush trainer is going to come out and check on Denny Gore, who's had an outstanding game. He scored a first-period goal, and he had an assist in the second period. So Gore's got 1 goal and 1 assist. He's a +1. He's taken 3 shots for the Rush tonight. Rush really do have a strong first forward line with Denny Gore, Blake Bennett, and Ryan Wagner. All 3 of those players have at least 23 goals in the season. Gore back to his feet. No doubt that left at least a bruise, and Gore's probably hoping it's just that. Wagner and Bennett look nearby. As Gore's going to skate towards the bench. Looks like he's skating a little bit under his own power and a little bit with the help of Bennett and Wagner. As Briley Wood, who leads the Grizzlies with 20 goals this season, just unleashed one from the right circle. Gore down the middle of the ice, took it with his left knee. So we'll see if he ends up coming back in the game. Obviously, he's going to be looked at on the Rapid City bench by the trainer. As draw is going to be at neutral ice. That's where I believe the puck was when play stopped. Messer will take the drives out there with Ness and Berg. Draw one by Rapid City. As the Rush get it towards Chase Pauls, and he'll just casually dump it in slowly. As Lemaster over to Berg. He'll sprint out to center ice with Smedsrud on a back check. Berg gets the center ice, and he'll dump it in. Ness gets around Smalls, or around Pauls, Pauls, as Pike gets it across. And the Rush out to center ice. Smedsrud collides with Pike. The puck goes towards Lemaster. He'll skate towards the left wing. He'll drop it back for Berg, who's in front of Barczewski's net. Over to Lemaster, back to Berg, who skates along the left wing. As Berg near the wall, it's poked away by Quella. Berg gets it back and he'll get to Araujo. Across to Lemaster, the University of Wisconsin Alaska Fairbanks product, to Araujo. He gets around center ice. Araujo will slide towards his right, tries to split a double team. Puck slides off his stick and it's cut off in front of the crease by Torquia. He covers up with 8:40 left in the third. Grizzlies have 38 shots to the Rush's 25, but it's Rapid City that has a 3-2 lead. Make sure to join us Friday night for the second of a 3-game series. Pre-game coverage at 6:50. Face-off at about 7:05. Armstrong will take the draw with Manning and Fitz. Actually, Manning will take the draw. Armstrong's to his left. Araujo and Jones on the ice for the Grizzlies as well. We mentioned Araujo being a former Rush skater. Cooper Jones played in 12 games for the Rush last year and had 1 assist. Draw one by the Rush as they get pushed in the back by Manning. Rapid City skates from left to right here in the period. Now the Rush will set up behind their net. As Rapid City nursing a 1-goal lead, despite the fact the Grizzlies have had a big shot advantage in the third period. Rink wide feed, angle left is overled. Tuck will run it down. He gets around Cooper Jones. Now Tuck reverses it. Now it goes back towards Tuck. Centering pass. Barczewski knocks his net open. 8:12 left in the third. 3-2 Rush. And they'll put the net back in place. Barczewski moved towards his left and knocked the net out of its place. Rush did a good job kind of working the puck around from side to side. Well, the linesman near the Grizzlies bench. Referee tonight is David Lilly. Linesmen are Kyle Gaspari and Riley Hickey. Ryan Wagner will take the draw as he's out there with Lebster and Braden Tuck. Wagner's got 3 assists tonight for the Rush. He's contributed all 3 of Rapid City's goals. Tuck gets after Wagner, won the face-off. Tuck tried to flip it out in front towards Hibbard as Tuck continues to get challenged by Luke Manning. Manning tries to muscle his way and does successfully around Tuck. He gets to Armstrong. He will nudge it ahead looking for Fitz, but a glance off a Rapid City stick. Constantino gets it. Fitz falls down as he gets serenaded by the crowd here at the Monument. As Fitz will skate off the ice. As Rush out to neutral ice. Wagner moves to his left. Rush over the line as they bounce it towards Dashke off his stick. Puck slides towards Gabriel like a spinning top. Gabriel around Utah's net to Dashke, and he'll wing it angle right. Pass went past Masher Donato. Jeffers was in the area as well. Rush come back with Constantino, and so throw it towards Torquia's net. Torquia looking for his first pro win. Over to Constantino near circle. Rink wide feet at center ice is bounced off a Gabriel stick. Rapid City across the center ice. They try to split a double team, and they get held up by the Grizzlies. Dashke will bounce one off a stick. Masher Donato rolls it across. Gabriel gets it off the wall. He'll pitch it ahead to Lebster off this stick. It goes deep into the Rush zone. Lebster chases after it. Rapid City gets there first as Artyom Borshov will throw it out to neutral ice. Rush cross center. Dumped it in, but it didn't get very far. Gabriel across to Dashke. Now Connor's down the middle of the ice. He'll move towards his right. Righty shot. Blocker save. Now left wing Dashke fires towards the net. It goes wide. Really good right blocker save by Torquia to keep it a 3-2 game. 6.5 minutes left in the third period. Grizzlies looking for the tying goal. As Garrett Pike out to neutral ice. He'll move it ahead to Lemaster. He gets around Smedsrud. Lemaster with momentum. Skates towards the right circle. Righty shot. Sticked away by Torquia. And it flies out of play off the protective netting. 6:20 left in the third. Boy, the Grizzlies have had 40 shots. Many of them here in the third period. And 38 of them denied by Nathan Torquia. Grizzlies are up to 11 shots. They make that 13 shots in the third period. The Rush have taken just 2. But nobody has scored here so far in the third frame. Riley Connors leads Utah with 8 shots. Derek Dashke and Luke Manning each have 4. Draws going to be over in the right circle. Friesen takes it and he wins it. Right side Wood will drop it for Lemaster. Right circle is righty shot. Is sticked away by a Rush defenseman. As Pike over to Manning. He fires wide. Glove side on Torquia. Puck to the right wing. Grizzlies Lemaster. Sharp angle looking for a centering pass to Friesen. It's off a couple sticks. As the Rush deny Friesen. Puck towards the near side. Now around Rapid City's net. I think that's Denny Gore out there. And remember, he got a shot blocked. That might have been Smith, number 3. I really do need new glasses. I don't know why. He's worn out. Right point. Righty shots blocked away by Barcheski. Now Rapid City will bounce it towards the far side. Barcheski will launch it, go to the near corner. Grizzlies skate from right to left during the period. Arujo will backhand it about 10 feet in front of him to Manning. And he'll skip it out to center ice. Rapid City gets it back. Constantino stops on a dime. They'll guide it to his right for Coella. Rizzo Coella back to Constantino as the Rush will switch up forwards. Grizzlies will switch up defensemen as Arujo and Jones are on the ice. Wagner gets the puck. He'll throw it to the middle of the ice. Berg gets a stick in the way. Delayed offside. Grizzlies still in their own zone. Rouge over to Jones about 5 feet in front of Barcheski. And he'll slide ahead. Rink wide feet angle left to Rougeau. And he'll dump it in. Rush. They'll roll it towards the far side. Wagner gets the puck. He stops. Pivots. And he'll throw it to his right. Bennett off his stick. Rougeau takes it away. And he'll guide it ahead towards Berg. He gets tripped up near the Rapid City line. It's going to be a penalty. And the Rush fans can't believe it. Berg drew a penalty near the Rapid City blue line. It was kind of a late call, and because of that, the fans get on referee David Lilly. But the Grizzlies are going to get a power play with 4:45 left in the third as Billy Constantino goes to the box. It's the Rush 3 and the Grizzlies 2. Utah will be on the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the best for less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest lasting, best performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Well, a big power play for the Grizzlies coming up as Rapid City leads 3-2. There's 4:45 left in the third period. As Adam Berg drew a tripping minor, and in the penalty box is Chaz Smedsrud. Time of penalty is 15-15 into the third. Grizzlies with 41 shots. Rapid City's taking 26. Messner's taking the drives out there with Connors and Lebster. Up top is Masha Donato and Dashke. Utah wins the draw. Lebster will get it to Messner, who dances around. He skates around Rapid City's net towards the far side. He'll feed it to his right from Masha Donato over to Dashke. Left wing to Lebster. One-timer. Kick saved by Nathan Torkia, who's looking for his first pro win. Dashke across to Masha Donato over to Dashke. High slot. He'll take a lefty shot, and that's blocked. As it was blocked by the wrist of Parker Bowman. Lebster, it's bounced to the boards by Mitchell Smith. Arm is raised by the referee. Who's the penalty going to be on? It's going to be on the Grizzlies as Rapid City waiting for Messner to touch up. Messner takes the puck. Hooking's going to be the call. And that'll do it for Utah's power plays. We'll skate 4-on-4. Riley Connors would go to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Remember, the Grizzlies have had a lot of success in 4-on-4 situations this year. Grizzlies this season have scored 7 goals in a 4-on-4 situation. They've allowed just 2. So maybe this will open up the ice a little bit, and the Grizzlies can utilize their speed to tie it up. Wagner will take the draw for Rapid City against Utah's Griffin Ness. Draw won by the Rush. Rapid City leads 3-2, about 4 minutes left in regulation. Skelly to Bennett in the right wing. He's shadowed by Dashke. Puck goes up top towards Skelly, and he'll pitch it in. Behind Utah's net, Barcheski will get it towards Gabriel. Gabriel slides it to Manning down the middle of the ice. He gets around Wagner. He'll feed it to Dashke, who skates down the middle. Drops it for Manning. Left side, he'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Boy, he missed the net glove sign on Torkia as he was trying to find the top corner. Gabriel, left wing feed to Manning off his stick. Manning regathers it. Stops a new tries. He'll skate back towards the Utah line. Manning's now in the Grizzlies zone, shadowed by Skelly. As Manning will slide towards the near side for Dashke. Will bounce one to Manning near the Grizzlies bench. Luke Manning will pedal towards center ice. Now he accelerates, stops in the right point. He'll get to Masha Donato in the left wing. The Maestro left circle, righty shot, saved by Torkia. Rebound goes towards Rapid City. It's gathered by Skelly. He skates around the rush net. Rink wide feed off of Bennett's stick. Wagner chasing after it. And the puck goes over to Masha Donato far side. The Maestro stops on a dime, spins around. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4. And then after that, Constantino will come out of the box. Rapid City will have a power play. Lebster will skate towards his right. He'll take a shot. Glove saved by Torkia. He holds on. Reed Lebster did a good job skating coast to coast. Got to the right circle, but Torkia has been solid tonight. Grizzlies up to 44 shots, and Torkia has saved 42 of them. 7 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and then Constantino will come out of the box. And the Rush will have a 37-second power play. And the power play has been the difference for Rapid City. They are 2 for 2 on the power play. Grizzlies are 0 for 3. Wood will take the draw for Utah. He's out there with Berg. The 2 defensemen are Lemaster and Garrett Pike. Smoke him if you got him. We got a good one here at the Monument. Rapid City gets the puck. They get around 3 Grizzlies. Skate towards the far circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And the whistle blows. A Rapid City player. Pike knocked down the Rapid City player after the shot was taken. 2:43 left in the third. Constantino's out of the box. Rush have a power play for 35 seconds. It was David Gagnon that took the shot. He's got 5 goals in 11 games this season. Gagnon has been a strong performer for Rapid City lately. Gagnon played at Lindenwood University and had 11 goals in 32 games. So puck's over in the far circle. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the period. Less than 3 minutes left. Rapid City still on the power play. Rush lead 3-2. 2-on-2 scrum over in the far corner. Rapid City gets to Constantino about down the middle of the ice. Toe drag. Shot, it's taken away by Wood. And Wood will clear it all the way out. Grizzlies will get 3 new skaters on the ice. Now fourth will enter. 5-on-4 power plays. The fans stomp their feet here in Rapid City. As a rush towards the high slot, they get it out in front. Gagnon throws it between his legs. Barczewski makes a stop. Boy, Gagnon tried to find Jeffers from one side of the crease to the other. Barczewski cut it off. And he holds on with 2:15 left in the third. 7 seconds left, and Connor's hooking Minor. And he will come out of the box. We're probably a minute away. Ryan Kanasowicz and Christian Horn talking things over. They might be talking about when to pull Barczewski for an extra attacker. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Dashke gets the puck. He'll wheel it around along the near wing wall. Wall lets it go towards the Rapid City goaltender. Connor's out of the box. Barczewski's still in there. Rapid City's long-range feed misconnects, and icing is called. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw with 2 minutes and 1 second left in regulation. And Christian Horn tells Jake Barczewski to come to the bench. So Barczewski exits. The net is empty on Utah's side. Smoke him if you got him. It's a 1-goal game. 17 of the last 30 games for the Grizzlies have been decided by 1 goal. Messner will take the drives out there with Lebster, Connors, and Manning. Masher, Donato, and Dashke. So it looks like the Grizzlies have 5 defensemen on this unit. 6-on-5. Net is empty. Now getting the puck and trying to flip it out towards center ice in the empty net was Torquia. And it was gloved and neutralized by Masher, Donato, but Torquia had a dream of a goalie goal, but just didn't get all of it. Dashke over towards Messner, who drops for Masher Donato. Back to Messner. 1:40 left. Utah's got their net empty. Puck back to neutralize off a Rapid City stick. Lebster collects it. He's near the rush bench. He'll fire it to the left corner. Taking its hold and wall. He skates around Rapid City's net. He'll fire it to the right point, but not out. Masher Donato fires towards the net, but misses wide. Rapid City skates towards the near corner as they get there first. Puck up top. Dashke keeps it in left point. He'll bounce one in deep. Connors towards the right goal line. Gets it knifed away. Manning joins the play. Fires towards the net. And that's sticked away by Torquia, who's still looking for his first pro win. Bennett will bounce one to center ice. Masher Donato over there. No icing on the play as Masher Donato wins a one-on-one battle with Wagner over in the far corner. 1 minute left in the third period. Rush lead 3-2. Messner guides it towards his right for Connors. Connors over the lines, tries to split a double team. It's knifed away. Connors gets it back. He feeds up top to Dashke. Across to Masher Donato, 50 seconds left. To Dashke in the high slot. Back to Masher Donato, just outside the right circle. He'll throw it across Connors. One-timer saved by Torquia. Boy, Torquia snatched it about shoulder high. And I'm not sure if Torquia didn't collect it, if it would have found the back of the net or not. But he had to slide towards his right to make the stop. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw with 42.6 seconds left. Timeout's going to be called. I think it's the Grizzlies that use the timeout. Ryan Kanasowicz has the clipboard, and he's talking with his team. Derek Dashke, though, is talking with referee David Lilly. Dashke will now skate towards the pile. I think Kanasowicz, part because of the timeout, I think he wanted to keep that same 6-man unit on the ice. So he gives them a little bit of a blow. Boy, Grizzlies are up to 46 shots. And really the story tonight, the 2 power play goals for Rapid City in the second period. Utah did have a 2-1 lead after Dylan Fitz scored 4 minutes into the second. Story of the game has been Nathan Torquia, the first-year pro. He played at the University of Windsor this season, and he had 11 victories at Windsor. In fact, he had 45 victories in 78 games with Windsor. He's looking for his first pro goal. This is only his third pro game. He's got a record of 0-1 with an .844 save percentage. Timeout is over. Lebster's out there with Messner will take the drives out there with Lebster, Connors, Masher Donato, Dashke, and I believe Luke Manning. It is Manning. Grizzlies win the draw. 40 seconds left. Dashke will get towards the right side. One-timer. And that one's blocked away. Now it goes back towards the far corner. Mastrodonato gets the puck. He skates around Rapid City's net. He'll feed it to Lepster. Goes past him. Lepster recollects the puck as he won a 50-50 puck with Bowman. Mastrodonato over towards Connors. His one-timer goes wide. 20 seconds left. Manning up top to Dashke. He's in the high slot. Dashke throws it towards the right side. Pass behind Mastrodonato. Manning gets off the wall. He'll filter it around Rapid City's net to Lepster. He gets held up. 10 seconds left. Lepster trying to break free. Connors in the area. Puck stays along the near wall. As Grizzlies get up top to Dashke. 2 seconds left. He fires at the buzzer. It goes wide, and Rapid City wins. Nathan Torkia gets his first pro win. Grizzlies with a valiant attempt to try to tie it up. Nobody scored in the third period. And Dashke shot at the buzzer, missed the net stick side, and Nathan Torkia, who won 45 games, the University of Windsor, gets his first pro win. Grizzlies got second period goals from Luke Manning and Dylan Fitz. It's Rapid City that gets their 31st victory of the season. Grizzlies are now 3-5 against the Rush this year. It's the first loss for the Grizzlies in this building all season. They are now 2-1 here at the Monument. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final. It's Rapid City 3 and Utah 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Final score from Maverick Center. It's the Rapid City Rush 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. As the Rush get their 31st victory of the season. Rush got a 1-0 lead as Denny Gore scored 6:54 into the first period. It was his 23rd goal of the season. Ryan Wagner and Blake Bennett got the assists. Rush led 1-0 after one period. They have done a good job protecting leads this season. Have the Rush. This year, when leading after one, Rapid City has a record now of 16-3-1-1. Both teams scored 2 goals in the second period. Luke Manning got Utah on the board, 3:24 in, with Matt Arujo and Cooper Jones gave the assist. 36 seconds later, Mitchell Smith fell down about 20 feet in front of his net. Armstrong got it towards Fitz. Fitz fired a missile past Nathan Torkia as he picked up his 9th goal of the season. Armstrong with his 12th assist. And Utah had a 2-1 lead. Difference in the game is Rapid City's power play as they scored 2 power play goals in the second half of the second period. Blake Bennett scored from the right wing, 10:27 in as he got his 27th of the year. Wagner and Constantino with the assist. Game-winning goal was scored by Chaz Smedsrud with 1 second left in the power play. 17:34 into the second period. Smedsrud with his 12th of the year. Wagner and Gore with the assists. And that was all she wrote. Rapid City was 2 for 3 on the power play. Grizzlies were 0 for 4. Grizzlies have had some games recently where they've won because of the special teams. In fact, the game against the Tahoe Night Monsters, Utah won because of a strong performance from their power play unit where they went 3 for 4 on the man advantage. And tonight, it was Rapid City that got the victory because of what they did on their power play. Nobody scored in the third period. Utah did have a 19-5 edge in the shot count in the third period. Utah had 46 shots. Rapid City had 28. Obviously, the 2 big factors in this game. One are the power play for Rapid City that went 2 for 3. The second thing might be, Rapid City's penalty kill, which was a perfect 4 for 4 tonight. Really, the big story is Nathan Torkia, who stopped 44 of 46. He gets his first pro victory. His record goes to 1-1 in a Rush uniform. He is the number 1 star of the game as he is being interviewed here in front of a crowd at the Monument. They haven't listed the attendance yet. It wasn't necessarily a big crowd. They're expecting larger crowds for the Friday and Saturday games. Now let's check out the 3 stars. Third star is Chaz Smedsrud. He scored the game winner. It's his 12th goal of the year. It was a power play goal. Ryan Wagner delivered the pass to Smedsrud as Wagner was over in the left corner and Smedsrud cut towards the net. Smedzerud now has 12 goals in the season, and he's the third star. Ryan Wagner's the second star. He assisted on all three of Rapid City's goals tonight. He was a +1 and had one shot. First star is Nathan Torkia. With his first pro win, he won 45 games in 4 seasons at the University of Windsor. Well, despite the loss, Nick Messner was a +2 for the Grizzlies. Craig Armstrong and 6 other Grizzlies players were a +1, obviously, with the special teams playing a big factor in the game. Grizzlies did win the 5-on-5 battle 2-1 this evening. Special teams did the Grizzlies in here tonight. As Rapid City, with 2 power play goals in the second half of the second period, came away with a 3-2 win. For the Grizzlies, this is their 14th game this season where they have allowed 2 or more power play goals. And unfortunately, that's kind of been a spot that's been a bit spotty this season. And unfortunately, it was a penalty kill that did the Grizzlies in. Utah with a huge edge in the shot count. Interestingly enough, though, when out shooting opponents, the Grizzlies are just 9-14-3-1. So it's almost like the Grizzlies would be better off if they were outshot during games. I think the same case goes with Rapid City, interestingly enough. When Rapid City is out shooting opponents, their record is 6-18-4. But when Rapid City's been outshot, as is the case tonight, Rapid City's record is 24-11-2-2. So I guess the formula for both teams is to let the other shoot more. For whatever reason, that seems to be the formula this season, is both teams have a better record when they've been outshot as opposed to when they're the ones that get more on net. See if the Grizzlies can bounce back on Friday, as that will be the second of a 3-game series. Friday will also be the next to last game of the regular season. Jake Barczewski got the loss in net. He saved 25 of 28 as his record goes to 14-15-2-1. In terms of the shot count, we mentioned the Grizzlies had 46 tonight. Riley Connors led the way with 8 shots. Luke Manning had 1 goal on 6 shots. Derek Dashke and Reed Lebster each had 4, and quite a few other Grizzlies chipped into the shot count as well. For Rapid City, they were led by Gagnon, as he had 4 shots. They had 5 shots. Dalton Skelly had 4 for Rapid City. 3 rush players had a multiple-point game. Ryan Wagner had 3 assists, and Denny Gore and Blake Bennett each had 1 goal and 1 assist. We highlighted Rapid City's top forward line at the start, as all 3 of those guys have 23 or more goals this season, and it was their top forward line that contributed heavily to the Rapid City victory. Rush record goes to 31-36-3, and the Grizzlies fall to 23-39-6-2. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. It was great to be here at the Monument. Certainly fun, and there's always a few crazy plot twists every time the Grizzlies face the Rush. Once again, in 2 hours and 27 minutes and in front of a crowd of 2041, that will be, 16 years from now? And hopefully then I'll be in the National Hockey League. And by then, I hope I've been in there for quite a while. We'll see what happens, though. I have no clue what the future will be, and I wish I did, though. It'd be a lot easier to go through life knowing what's going to happen over the next 16 years. But 2041, that's the attendance here tonight at the Monument. Join us on Friday evening for the next to last game of the regular season, 6:50 pregame show. Face-off will be at around 7:05. I'm Tyson Whiting, and I'm just pursuing my dream. You've been tuned in to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.